Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to What's the Dillies podcast, a podcast where we aim to entertain and bring you behind the scenes and into the minds of my favorite dancers in hopes that it can help you learn more about the people in your dance community and can help you in your dance journey and maybe can apply it in your life too. Today's guest of the episode is a very, very special guest, my brethren. And this special guest is about to take you on a journey.
Woo.
Do you want to do this one?
Nah, it's all you.
Okay.
Bring me in.
Alright. This special guest is about to take you on a journey. A journey to greatness.
Yo.
Today we have the one and only, the biggest chest and biceps in ID Co. The biggest. Infamous breakfast Instagram story king.
Yep.
Cameraman, editor, choreographer, flipper. He does it all. Everybody give it up for the bro Elvin Wong,
Woo.
aka Evo96.
What's up?
Alright, how you feeling today, bro?
Good, man. Good. Just came from physio, so I'm all loosened up, ready to go.
Oh, so got a big brain. I got that up too. Alright, now before we head into this episode, I switched up the format a bit. But even before that, if you want to understand the first half of this episode, I suggest you go to the YouTube right now and search up Evo96, EV096,
Yes.
and subscribe to Alvin's YouTube channel for a hug and check out some of his videos.
Yeah, man. You want a hug? Hit me up.
I was surprised when I saw that on your banner, man. I was like, oh, yo.
Yeah, I gotta keep it lighthearted. You know what I mean? What's that?
You made your banner.
I did. I made it.
Oh,
Yeah.
giving out free hugs.
Yeah, you know, man. Share the love. You gotta share the love.
Fucking trading
So
hugs
this-
for subscribers. Alright, now heading into our first segment, I call this one Shuffling for Success.
Nice.
This is to pay a little bit of respect to Alvin, one of Alvin's first videos on his channel, where he it's a shuffling video, right?
Yeah. Shuffling video.
Yeah, one of his first videos on his channel is a shuffling video, and I just wanted to name this one Shuffling for Success. Alright, so for this segment, I have a bunch of questions here, and I have a random number generator.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna click the random number generator, and whichever number comes up, we're gonna ask you that question.
Safe. Sounds good.
Sweet as.
I like that.
Alright, so 11. Alright,
Yeah.
question 11.
Lucky number.
Oh, this is the one I was talking to you about, actually.
Oh, actually? Oh, yo. Alright.
See,
By the way, guys, I'm not prepared at all.
yeah,
for
this
question.
he has no idea
I
what this
still
half
don't know
of this
what it is.
question is. Okay. In your videos with CC back in the day,
Yeah.
you used to call each other bro and fuck.
Oh, bro.
Okay, if you guys know if you followed Alvin Wong back in the day, even if you followed CC too, you'd see them post videos and they'd be like, choreography with my bro, choreography with my sis, and now you guys are together. So
Yeah. A little bit of incest for you, there, you know.
Alright, Alvin Wong supports incest.
Yeah, you know. Only if it's not blood related. I'm playing. I don't.
Okay.
It's not my thing.
Sweet, you made a good decision, CC. Let's go. Alright, who made the first move?
Who made the first move? I did. Yeah, I definitely did. Sorry, I don't know why I had to think about that. It was definitely me. I made the first move.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard. You could, by the way, like he can go in on this, or he can just leave
Yeah,
it,
you want me to elaborate? I mean, it's kind of like I think the
it's up to
thing
you,
with
bro.
the whole bro sis thing. I
Yeah.
think it kind of worked out in our favor because our relationship is great now,
Yeah.
and I think the reason for that is because we kind of established that friendship before, and yeah, it was very bro sissy,
Yeah.
but it's kind of what makes the foundation of our relationship. It's
Yeah.
like we're friends first beforehand, and then
Cool.
we have that connection, and so the relationship side is just kind of an addition towards that. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Cute.
Because I mean, yeah, it was awkward, man. At first, like when I started like developing feelings, it was
Yeah.
kind of like, fuck. I do remember saying that, like, yeah, it's my sis and shit. I'm like, like, is it weird now if I make a move or like, I don't know, but it kind of just worked out. It happened really organically,
Was it weird for her at first too, or was it just like?
I never asked, but I don't know if she's ever thought about that kind of thing,
yeah.
but. Yeah, I think it was all good.
Because I remember like the first time when I saw your post, I was
Yeah.
like, I just was like, oh yo, bro and sis.
Yeah.
Then out of nowhere, I hear you guys are dating. I'm like, true. I was like, I remember one of the first questions. I was like, yo, bro, so are you guys still bro and sis? Or
Yeah, are these guys related, like, for real? Or?
fuck. Alright, that's a good one.
Yeah, man.
It's the one people want to know. I put that in for you guys, man.
This guy's sneaky as a
fan service.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Bro, fuck. Oh, dude. You know what's fucked up?
What?
Okay, Okay, if you guys don't know what OnlyFans is, just search it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, you know how much money girls make on OnlyFans?
Oh, bro, yeah, definitely,
crazy,
man. You gotta think
bro.
about it in the sense that, like, some people charge, like, what, per photo and video or whatever. It's not even just, like, a subscription. So if you're, like on Instagram and you're consistent with your posts and stuff, the only way for your OnlyFans to, like, kind of see those posts is to consistently pay you money. And so, like, wow, the revenue you get from that is just mind-blowing when you think about it.
You seem to know a lot about OnlyFans.
Hells yeah, man, I'm all about it. Nah, but, like, I don't know. I think I've definitely had a look at a few.
Yeah.
Because my mate always talks about it, just as me and my mate always talk about it as a joke, like, fuck, we should just start an OnlyFans,
Yeah,
just put some dick pics out or whatever, you know, and like, yeah, ladies, check it out, you know, and then we can buy a house one day, you know. Because my mate was telling me the story. His friend had an OnlyFans account. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a friend, it might be acquaintance, but it was in Oz, and she worked at McDonald's at the time, and then she left her job and did OnlyFans, and now she has a house.
Bro.
And I'm like, what? How does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it makes sense, but it's so surreal that, like, you can do something on your phone for, like, what? I don't know, like a few minutes a day, and then you just build this following eventually, and then all of a sudden all this money rolls in, and you can just have that financial freedom, all for just selling your body out. You know what I mean? Or, but it's crazy, OnlyFans. Like, to me, I when I first saw it, I thought it was something like Patreon.
Yeah, same.
And
same,
like,
exactly.
because I watched this video of you know, David So.
Yeah.
And he was talking about I'm not actually sure if he actually did it or not, but he was like, oh, I feel like I'm the only guy on OnlyFans, because when he first made it, he treated it like a Patreon kind of situation, and then he noticed all these, like, famous Instagram girls and stuff, like, making OnlyFans, and then he was like, oh, shit, I think I got into the wrong subscription service, you know. And it's like, yeah, maybe
what was he
did.
using OnlyFans for?
I think it was kind of like what you would do in Patreon, like behind the scenes or whatever, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I guess not. You're going really behind the scenes, bro, behind the pants.
Fuck. Bro, because, like, bro, the reason why I bring this up is because I saw this Twitter feed, like Twitter posts where girls were posting how much they made on, like, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And then in one day, a girl made like 30K. I'm like, bro.
That's heavy.
Bro. And what did they do really? They just snap, done.
Yeah, exactly. And then they can spend the rest of their time doing whatever they want.
It's like an upgraded version of a premium Snapchat, bro.
Yeah.
God damn.
They make more money than I do in like 2 years. Exposed.
Nah, fuck it, let's just make OnlyFans, bro.
Bro, let's do it.
Alright, question 2. Oh, alright, we got number 1. Alright.
Number 1, man.
Alright, in your How to Do a Gainer video with Mr. Mueller,
yeah.
You and Connor both filmed a video in your undies.
Yep.
And exposed your legs to the world.
Damn straight we did.
First of all, why did you film the gainer in your undies? And secondly, who has the better legs out of you and Connor?
Okay. Why I shot it in my undies. For context, you'll need to watch the previous tutorial, which is how to do a backflip, where I also do it in my undies. Actually, that was just like a shameless plug. There's actually no context as to why I don't wear pants. I just did it for, like, comedic sake. Like, back then, I feel like my sense of humor has evolved over time and also still retains some of, like, what it is in the day. But back then, I just thought having no pants on was funny. So I just took my pants off. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much the story behind the no pants. And then when I went, no, I genuinely just thought it was funny. When I pitched it to Connor, I was like, bro, you keen to just do this with your pants off, or? And he was like, yeah.
You guys stab each other in the ass too?
Yeah, when he lands it and he comes down, I give him a slap. And I'm like, you know, because that's just the humor that I was into back then. Like, I watch it back all the time and crack up. A bit of cringe and a bit of, like, this is actually kind of funny. Yeah. There's a bit of balance. Who's got the better legs? Probably Connor. He was a gymnast and a tumbler for a long time beforehand. So he's a lot more toned than I am.
Fuzzy.
In the leg department. Yeah.
I was honestly just basing that question off skin tone alone. I was like, bro, you know how you're like a bit like dark on the upper body, and then like When you're in your undies, bro, your thighs are white ass. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, bro. I'm just on the grind, man. I don't spend enough time in the sun. You know? Just always inside.
Because he's always working hard, man. He's getting that bread.
Always. Pants are always on. You know? Alright? Never exposed to the sun.
He never fucks around, man.
Never. Except for right now.
Alright, next question. Question 4.
Yo.
Oh, okay. You made a video called 10 Types of Drivers.
Yo.
What kind of driver would you define yourself as out of these options? Asian mom, the VTEC driver, the always asking for a ride home guy, or the boy racer?
Man, that's hard.
That's actually a really funny video. Right? Like, I recommend
thanks,
you guys
man.
watch it because my favorite one was when you guys were the Wong mobile or something.
Oh yeah.
just
hop on, bro. Just hop on. I am the ride, G. Just hop on.
That's crack up, bro.
That was on the fly too. I just needed another idea to put into the video, and we were at the beach, and I was like, fuck, I'll just be the guy that just is the ride. So yeah, a lot of things, just a lot of videos, including the video we shot. You know, the Twister thing. That was just kind of on the spot. Like I'd have an initial idea, and I just let it develop naturally in the moment. But to go back to your question, what kind of driver I am, I'd probably say naturally I'm more of the boy racer.
Oh.
Because I mean, back in my day, fuck, it's making myself sound really old. Like
how old are you for context, and then we'll say how old you are back in the day.
I am 24 now. Back in the day, I'd say I was 17 to 21. Between that time, I was really into my performance cars. Actually, yeah, the person who got me into was Johnny Chi. Yeah. Urban Imports. Boom, shout out. Yeah, so he took me on a ride in his Integra DC2 at the time, and that was the first time I experienced the VTEC, and I was just like, whoa, bro, this is crazy. And so I had to get a Honda of my own, and I drove at the time a Euro R CL1. And I think the way I drive nowadays reflects a lot on how I used to drive, because I drive a manual car still, but it's a bit of a shit box. It's just a Honda Fit. And even though it's manual, sometimes you just get that feeling, you know, when you have a stick, you're like, oh, I'm just keen to like put it in first and just rev it up hard, and then you accelerate. And yeah, so I think the boy racer still kind of lives within me, but I'm quite chilled nowadays. A little bit of road rage here and there, you know, sprinkle a bit of rage, and then it is what it is.
What made you change from boy racer to Honda Fit?
Honestly, money. It's an expensive hobby. To have a performance car. There's like maintenance, the expensive fuel you'd have to pay, and it's just an expensive hobby. And for me to pursue my passions in the creative arts, it wasn't something that I could continue doing. So I just had to make that sacrifice, and
maybe like a hobby for another time then.
Yeah, another time. You know, maybe one day, I would love to drive another performance car, or own one, I would say, but not as like a run around. I'd say like a weekend car kind of thing, just as a treat. But until then, I'm just thrashing the old Honda Fit, you know.
There's nothing wrong with Honda Fit.
Yeah, man, nothing wrong.
It's funny when you talk about like Johnny Chi was the first guy that took you on your VTEC, because it was the same for me too.
Yo, actually, I think he took all the Southside boys for a ride.
I remember the first time I was in Johnny's car, I was like, bro, you know that feeling, you know, it feels like you're in someone's like, when they go super fast, you're like, oh shit. You know, you feel super, you feel cool.
Yeah, you feel hella cool.
You feel that masculinity. I'm like, oh, yo, what does it mean as?
Yeah, that's definitely what got me into it. I was just like, wow, I could be that guy. I could be the guy. Yeah, come check it out, bro. And then, whoa, and then, oh, he's so cool. Like,
could you imagine all the young ID kids are like, yo, can we go on a ride with you?
Bro, I don't know if I could do that. Like, I think if I was just a dancer, like at IDCO or something, I'd be like, yeah, all good. I'll take you for a thrash. But in my position now, maybe, but. It just depends on our history, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just take any random young ID kid and be like, hopping for a thrash, bro. Like, I wouldn't do that. If the parents listening, I wouldn't do that ever. No, never. I'm a safe ass driver.
He is safe. I've been in the car with Elvin. He is a safe driver.
Yo,
guaranteed.
Thank you.
Okay, question number 2. By the way, the cap is 11, so we have 11 questions.
Yo.
So question number 2: how did you come up with the character Brother Wong?
Ooh.
Because that is actually quite a character, bro.
Bro, how did I come up with that? I don't know. I think I just kind of like based it off my life in terms of like the brothers, like for example, brothers, right? Like it's kind of a similar situation in terms of like I treat all my mates like brothers, and then I kind of took that and then just turned the dial up like 100.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
it's just that's how the whole brother thing came about, and I was like, yo, the bro Elvin, brethren, and I just found different ways to say bro, really, and then that's kind of just how it happened. And I thought maybe having like a different persona would help elevate that idea, and so yeah, that's the whole turning the dial up thing. And then at the end of the day, at face value, to me, it's just entertainment.
Yeah.
And like, I love doing stupid shit. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like, I don't really care whether it'll pop
Bro, I
or
watched
not.
like
You know,
all
like,
of your videos. I know.
but it's hella cringy to watch now, because like at the time, it's always in the moment for me. That's why I say like when I watch back, sometimes it's cringy, but in the moment, I think it's funny because I'm a very in the moment kind of guy, and so. Because of that, if I stray away from an idea for too long, then I'm not gonna like it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why I always have to just bang out things on the spot. And yeah, I don't actually know where I was going with that one, but like, yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Cool.
Makes sense. I'm kind of similar to you in a way where it's like if you sit on it for too long, it kind of loses its spontaneity is also attractive. It's also very attractive, right? Because when like when something comes to you on the spot, like it's kind of there for a reason. Like you want to bang it out right then and there. So yeah,
definitely. Otherwise, I'm an overthinker too, so I'll start overthinking the logistical side of things, as opposed to just letting the art itself flow naturally. And so yeah, definitely agree.
So if you want to work with Elvin, key points to take in mind.
Spontaneity. I love that.
Bro, fuck. Actually, man, your brother Wong character is actually so like. Because when I was watching your videos, like honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Half of me was cringing, but then the other half was like, yeah, this is Elvin. Like, this is pretty much Elvin now, but like dialed down.
Yeah. I still am that person.
Yeah, he
like,
honestly still is.
There's always elements to all my characters or anything I portray through video. There's always some part of me that's in it. There's obviously a little bit of fantasy within it, but most of it is me. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to do it in the first place. You know what I mean?
Question 8.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, this one. Alright. In your About You video by Trey Songs,
Oh, shit.
the description says, "This song is about you." Now, although it was a joke, how many of your choreos on your channel are actually about the girls?
How many?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which ones are just normal now, because I think like all of them, but maybe like how many have I made that? I think all of them but one or two. Yeah, no, but one. I think. Wait, what is there? There's About You.
Yeah.
There's Cruel.
Yeah.
There's Missing My Love. Although I don't think that's on there anymore. What else is there?
There's a B-boy one with Johnny and Wuju.
Oh yeah, that's one. That's one. That's not. Hide and Freak is not. Wow, I'm bad at this.
The one in Hong Kong?
One in Hong Kong. That is.
Oh, yeah,
that is. So. Yeah, I'd say all, if not like maybe 2 or 3. Oh yeah, Can't Keep Running. It's not. Overtime is not with Will. Yeah, I guess a lot of the ones that are solo are. I guess. Yeah. I'm a very like my choreographic style since a long time ago, and it's still kind of the same now with a little bit of difference. I'm very emotional. Like I think as an artist, I'm very hypersensitive. So I pick things from my life that I'm affected by, and I use movement to express how I feel through that. And it just so happened that a lot of times it's about a girl, you know, because I think to me, like even when I was young and even now,
Always been a Scots?
Yeah, I'm not. You know, Wong Scott.
I had to throw it in.
No. I'm just the guy that gets influenced easy by the opposite sex, I guess, if it's to do with emotion.
Yeah.
So I just use that as my muse to create. And whether it be positive or negative, you know, I mean, it's either positive or negative, I should say. Like, for example, the About You stuff, it's just kind of like, you know, it's just me being like, yo, I like you, this is you, you know, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And then the whole cruel side is like the whole negative. I'm feeling a bit of pain, so I want to like express that somehow then through this visual. And so, yeah.
Right, actually, Cruel is actually my favorite video that, because out of all the videos I watched, Cruel is my favorite just because how intentional you were with all your, you know, the whole video. I was like, oh, damn. Because, like, watching it, because I remember I watched it before when I first met you, and I didn't feel the same way. But now that I've, like, gotten older and I've gotten, like, to appreciate, like, what the video is now, I'm like, oh, dude, it's actually one of my favorite videos from you.
Thanks, man. That actually means a lot to me because that video itself, I put probably the most effort in every video I've ever done, because the time I shot that video was during the time I was studying at SAE for filmmaking, so that was when I first fully applied everything I kind of learned into a video. So in class, in like lectures, I'd be like drawing storyboards and like writing what shot I want and all that. So everything that you see in there is all planned. Like there's nothing, like I said before, I'm very spontaneous and I like to do things on the spot. But Cruel was probably one of the only videos where I pre-planned everything. And I still think I was very inexperienced then in terms of movement, but to me I didn't really care because to me it was more about the visual. And yeah, I went through a lot, man. I did a lot of planning. I booked like the Infinity Studio to do those shots. Everything in there has a meaning too. Like the place where I did the dance, the first part before I fade into the Infinity Studio, like there's meaning to that location. There's meaning to like the photos that I burn and all that. It's kind of like a closing of chapters for me, because for the longest time I was still very hung up in that situation with that person, and so for me to make that video was me to be like, okay, I'm finally over it. I'm just gonna move forward, and then that was that video. Because to me sometimes, like, everything is entertainment, but sometimes it's just a release, and I just need to do it in order for me to move forward. Another thing is, it doesn't really show, but after that video, every other video then onwards, I have a different hairstyle because I cut my hair. Because story is, I was so hung up for a long time, I was kind of depressed about it, and I just let my hair grow. So I like, cover my face and that kind of shit. So I kept my hair long for the video, and then from any other video onwards, I cut my hair. So because it was like a sign that I moved on.
Oh.
Yeah. So
a
lot of thinking went down for that video. Yeah.
Because I know how you said before that like your Cruel video in terms of like movement, you weren't as developed and you didn't know as much things, but I think that's the reason why it stood out to me as well, was just like, because back then when I watched it, like you don't have to be a great dancer to know if someone's like good or not. You know, you can just tell by watching like how developed someone is, and back then I knew that you weren't as like developed, and I couldn't appreciate it. But now, coming to where I am now and looking at your work then, like, you weren't as developed for sure, but it's just the fact that, like, you can tell that you tried hard. Like, you tried really hard on this video.
Definitely.
And, like, that's the thing. And even, this can apply to people that, you know, want to get started into making videos, or even, like, get started into dancing. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you try hard, like, people will respect that more than if you're good.
Definitely.
If you just try hard and you're honest, people will respect that more, because like we all start somewhere, but then at the same time, to even start in itself and to put yourself out there, that takes more balls than anything else.
Definitely. I always I agree with that. Like, starting is always the hardest step, because once you're in it, if you really love it, then everything else comes naturally. But it's exactly what you said. It's really having the confidence and the balls to put yourself in that position in the first place, because you know you're not at the level of everyone else that is in there. This is not just dance. This applies to kind of everything, like you said. But it's a confidence thing. It always is. But my advice would just get started if you want to do something. Especially even like, I think you don't have to even love it if it just interests you. I think it's good to just dip your toes in and just try it. Like for me, I've always loved music, and so like there was a time in my life, and still ongoing now, like that I've dabbled in some music, whether it be production or laying vocals down. Like, yeah, to me, I'm still an amateur, but it's something I love to do, and I do on the side every now and then. And yeah, and for me, it's a confidence thing. Like I've started, but I'm not gonna know if it's any good until I kind of put things out, which again I haven't. So yeah, it's still an ongoing process for me. If it helps anyone else listening, like everyone is going through their own journey, and yeah, just take your time and just do it. Yeah,
I really recommend anybody out there that's listening just have a watch of Elvin's video, Elvin's Cruel video, because I really respect it.
Oh, thanks, man. Comes from a real place.
Yeah, for honestly, when I was watching someone, because it's concept too, and I know you're like when you're burning that shit, because honestly it's not there because it's a made up story, like it's part of your life.
It's real, yeah.
So when I saw you doing some of the shit, I was like, yo, this is like when you post stuff like that, it's easy for people to be like to kind of read your story and like. But then the fact that you put it out, I was like, oh, bro, shot, man.
Yeah, it was something on my mind for a long time, and I feel like I needed to do that for me. You know what I mean? It wasn't really for anyone else. Because yeah, like you said, it's very real. It's easy to read the story and understand where it's coming from, and so I purposely made it easy to understand because it's something I needed to get off my chest. It's not like I wanted to like make it super complex and like it very artistic and abstract, and then you have to like figure it out for yourself. For me, it was just, this is what it is. I need to move on from it, and then yeah.
All right, question 3. Okay, you made a video about 10 types of drivers. This is there's another question of that 10 types of drivers.
Oh yo.
In that video, you pull over a girl that's doing her makeup.
Oh yep.
Now, hypothetically, if you were a cop and you did pull over an attractive girl, would you A, give her a ticket?
Yeah.
B, get her number? Or C, let her off with a warning? Come on, Elvin.
Oh man, why you gonna do me like that?
Let's say this girl is like, alright, okay, I'll give you a few scenarios for the girls to
Alright.
Okay, this girl is hot.
Yeah.
H-O-T.
Oh yeah.
H-O-T, bro. 10 out of 10. Alright, what would you do for this girl? And then I'll give you another scenario where it's a girl that's average.
Yeah.
Average, kind of like have you heard about a rating system where this is gonna sound fucked up.
no, go for it, man.
So you know how the rating system is like 1 out of 10? There's like this new rating system where it's like 1 out of 30.
Okay.
Where 1 to 10 is like more accurate, where they're bad, very bad, or like kind of bad.
Right. You're kind of stretching out the spectrum of bad.
The spectrum so that people can be like, oh yeah, you know. So, first girl, 10 out of 10, hot, like 100%.
Hot.
Second girl, she's like 17 out of 30. Okay. So she's like above average. You know, she's a bit cute.
Okay.
And the last one, let's just do those two.
Okay, we'll do those two for now. Okay, well the first one, I'd probably do B and C. You know, I'd give her a warning, but I don't, because I gotta do my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you can't be doing that around here.
Wow.
But I mean, like, this is theoretically speaking if I'm single as well. Gotta put that out there.
Sorry, CC, my bad. I'm not trying to throw any like wrenches into the
hypotheticals. You know? Yeah. We're just playing. Yeah. I guess I'd shoot my shot, but at the same time, this is why I'm not a cop, because you shouldn't be shooting your shot on the job. But I mean, I guess that's just me as a person. Yeah, I'd probably do B or C. But then, I don't even want to get into it. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, but then later if I meet her personality, blah 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 blah. Because you can't judge a book by its cover. But I mean, I say that.
Yeah.
But everyone does it at some sort of level. Like. You can't just like look at someone from a distance and instantly be like, oh yeah, she must be a nice person.
Yeah.
Now you can't know until you speak to them. But that's why the cover is always the first thing you look at. It's like, oh yeah, she's hot. I'd probably approach her and try to talk to her or something. And that's the same both ways, obviously. But yeah, so B and C. And then I guess for the second one, probably A and B. Still trying to, I'll still do my job. I'll be like, sorry, ma'am, here's your ticket, but you can write your number on that. And we'll talk about it, maybe we can get you out or something. But This is why I shouldn't be a cop, alright? Okay, so...
Bro, Elvin's too cold. He'll give her the ticket, but he'll ask for a number too. Oh, fuck. But would you ask for the number first or give it, like, after? Because I don't know if you'll get that number after you give her that ticket, bro.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't even return my calls if I gave her the ticket too. I don't know, yeah. I guess... No, I'd give it a ticket first day, you know? Do my job first.
Yo, respectable man.
Yeah, you have to, but you gotta... otherwise, it's just awkward at that point. You're like, hey, girl, you know, can I get your number? And then it's all of a sudden, it's like, I see, I still gotta write this ticket though, you know what I mean? Like,
what if she's like, oh no, you can't get my number? It's like, alright, sweet ticket.
yeah, straight away ticket. We're like, hey, who do you think you are? You're the one breaking the law. Alright, ticket it is. Oh, man.
Fuck. God damn, bro. When I came up with this question, like, originally it was gonna be something about the girl in question in that video, but I was like, nah, let's switch it up.
No, fair enough, man. I like it. Right. Switch ups.
Alright. Let's see how I make. Alright, question 5. In your Instagram stories, you're often posting stories of your breakfast meals while watching anime.
Yo.
What is the best anime you've watched and why?
Whoa, that's a hard question, man. Damn.
Elvin watches a lot of anime. He watches a variety too.
I've been watching anime since I was in intermediate school. So that's
all
like
day, man.
weebs all day, bro. Otaku life. That's like, what is that? That's like over 10 years now. That's like 13 years of watching anime. Yeah, I even got CC into watching anime, so you know.
Converter.
Sneaking in. Best anime. I guess it's hard to say I have one best anime. I'd say like.
What's your favorite, man?
My favorite? Oh, it's hard.
What's your all time and favorite at the moment?
Okay, all time I would probably say Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Dragon Ball Z.
Respectable.
Why? It's just what I grew up on. You know, like I'd just come home after school and just watch Dragon Ball Z, and it's like it's one of those animes that I can't. What I do because I watch Super in Japanese dub with English subs, but it's one of those animes that I actually prefer in English dub because I grew up watching it in English dub, and it's just like, oh, yo,
this English dub is actually like not.
It's
that
actually
bad,
tight. Yeah. I would give it the thumbs up for that anime specifically. Any other anime, I'm like, oh, you
favorite
watch
character,
that.
Favorite character.
Favorite character?
Yeah.
Nah.
This doesn't have to be current. It can be a favorite character during an arc as well.
Oh, yeah, true. In that case, I'd probably say, either Future Trunks or Teen Gohan.
Oh.
Just because he was the first to reach Super Saiyan 2, and it's just like avenge the father's death and all that, and that was probably the most epic fight ever. The last Kamehameha between Cell and Gohan, just the one hand Kamehameha. I'm like, bro, but this is like a 12, 13-year-old boy fighting like some crazy Cell monster, you know what I mean? And like, I think the thing that hit me the hardest wasn't even the battle, it was what everyone else was saying. I don't know if you remember, but like Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and Piccolo, they all try to help, and then they all have that little moment, like little dialogue where they talk in their mind about the situation. And the one that hit me the most was like Tien's one, and he was like, surpassing Goku has always been like his goal or something, and then what did he do to repay him? He just sit there and watch him die, and so he's not going to do the same with his son, and that's what his motivating drive is to help defeat Cell, even though they're just like humans that stand no chance against him. And it's like those emotional moments, those tear-jerking moments that really get me into it, you know? Yeah.
What I really liked about that arc too was, bro, you know how like Gohan was cocky?
Yeah.
At first, like, were you triggered by that when he let Goku
Yeah, bro. I was like, gee, you can kill him, bro. You can kill him. Just do it, man. Dude, he's almost destroyed the planet. Stop wasting time, man. Just kill him, bro. Just end him now. Oh, man. Yeah, I was frustrated. I was hella frustrated.
But then it makes sense because he's a teen. So
yeah.
So then he doesn't understand, but then, like, bro, like, there was just so much triggering when I'm like, bro, why'd you let your dad die, bro?
Yeah, man. But you get it. Once he dies, he does understand. And you see that growth in the character. And that's what I love about anime, is that they over-dramatize the growth. And so that you can see it. And then by doing so, it makes it more growth in real life more apparent. Like that's my opinion anyway, because you can see it at a deeper level, which you don't see in real life as much because you only see face value in terms of growth and stuff like that until you talk to a person and they explain their growth. But I mean, I don't really know a lot of people that do conversations like that on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I really love anime. It's the growth.
All right. Favorite of all time is Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite right now.
Favorite right now.
Right now.
Probably Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
For its like amazing artwork and storytelling itself. Yeah, Demon Slayer for sure. But I haven't been watching a lot of anime recently. I've been getting actually for the past 2 years I've been getting really into webtoons or manhwas, which is like the Korean manga.
Yeah.
And the 3 webtoons I'm reading right now is Tower of God, God of High School, and Hardcore Leveling Warrior. And if I were to suggest one, I would suggest Tower of God. It's probably one of the best storytelling I've seen and read or see anywhere in a long time.
I think it has an anime too at the moment, right?
Yep. I've seen the anime. Anime, I give it like a 6 out of 10.
Justice.
Like the thing is, they over. I think they focus too much between the relationship between the main character and this other character too much, which it was apparent in the webtoon, but that's not the premise of Tower of God. But they made it so that the twist that happens at the end is, more intense because they're building up this relationship, and then there's this twist, and then it's like, oh wow, like shit, But in the webtoon, it's not really like that. It's more focused on the main character and his relationship with other people that he meets, and then the twist happens, and then yeah, man, I won't say too much, but like just read it. It's a great piece because you just think something's gonna happen, but then it doesn't, and then something else happens, or maybe it does happen, but then it keeps going, and there's more twists that happen. Like one arc will last longer than you think, and yeah, it's just great storytelling, man. Shout out to Shu, or SIU. I shouldn't say Shu. It's not. It's SIU.
Alvin Wong recommended. Oh, okay. This one's another weeb question.
Yo, King.
Question 6. You have a lot of Naruto Shippuden gameplay on your channel.
Yes, I do.
What is your favorite arc of the Naruto series? And if you could have one ninjutsu, what would it be?
Oh, right. Okay, I like this one.
Well, I really did my research.
No, you went in on this. I like it. Okay. Favorite arc?
You actually do have a lot of Naruto gameplay there.
Yeah.
It's like 1/3 of your channel, I think.
That was what popped off when I first started YouTube, and I was still in high school then, and that was the first time I was offered monetization on my videos, and so like, they wanted me. I had to be 18, but I wasn't 18, and but my channel I was like, I don't know, maybe like 25 or something, because you know how like when you join websites and you're under 18 and you make an email and you just say like, yeah, I'm born 1999 or 1990 or something, so when I made YouTube it was like that because I think I was 13 in 2007 or something, and so they offered me monetization, and I was like, no, just lay low for a little bit, and I didn't agree on it for like maybe 2 months, and then I thought about it. I'm like, fuck, I could be making money, so I just accepted it, and then the Naruto videos popped off, and I made a bit of money from that, and that's actually how I paid for my Japan trip in high school. Do that because I didn't have a job, so that YouTube was essentially my job during high school. What's the question again? Naruto, right. But back to Naruto. Favorite arc would probably be... Man, that's hard, man. A lot has happened in Naruto. Like Naruto as a whole, or Shippuden? Or just Shippuden, or...
Let's just say, Naruto, just Naruto, because I think. Do you think Shippuden's as good as Naruto, or what do you think?
That is
Because I don't respect Shippuden anymore.
Yeah, Shippuden just got like so out of hand, so intense, like with the jutsus and stuff. Exactly. It's like, are you guys ninjas or are you guys like gods, bro? Like, but okay, let's say Naruto. I think my favorite arc would be, To be honest, the Haku and Zabuza one, like in the beginning.
Bro, that's
like,
mine too.
Yo, that's
mine
G.
too.
Bro,
Yo.
it's just like it's so sad. You
Yeah,
know
exactly,
what I mean? Like,
bro.
bro, like all the shit that Haku's been through,
Yeah.
and then you just can't help but feel sorry for the
Yes.
villain. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's hard to do that. You know, there's a lot of like, especially on the build up to the end. It's like. You just kind of keep hating on like Zabuza. It's like, fuck, this dude's like a piece of shit, eh? And then you realize that he's kind of a good guy deep down, but he just had his twisted way of thinking about it. I mean, good guy towards Haku, I should say, but just had a twisted way of thinking about it. And it's just like, wow, you are a really complicated, complex character, man. And it's dope. And the fight scenes were crazy, man.
I know, and like back then, because everything was more like contained, it's not like hard out fucking crazy ninjutsu and stuff. It's like a lot easier to read and like, oh bro, it was near the end when Zabuza untied his thing. And he started showing his teeth, and then like, I remember he started crying, bro. He started crying. I was like, bro, I cried too, bro. I'm like, shit,
so
this is sad, bro.
Bro, and how's about Haku, like the only one that can do the one-handed hand signs and shit? Bro, that's badass. Cause no one else could do that after. Cause he was the only one left in his clan that could do the one-handed jutsus and shit. That's crazy. And then they came back in Shippuden and it's like, oh man, I'm reminded about this sadness, bro. And they're like, we're being controlled, eh? Ah, shit. Oh, sorry. And what ninjutsu? I'd probably honestly, because this is buzzy because I only just thought about it now because I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I'd be keen to do like a chidori or like a fireball jutsu or something.
Would that come in handy?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I mean. Like, I can't get in my house. Chidori, boom, just like break the door.
Fucking hell, Elvin.
Yeah, when am I ever gonna need to stab someone with a lightning blade? You know, but so I was thinking about it. I think the jutsu I'd probably get is either a summoning jutsu.
Oh, tight.
Or some sort of genjutsu.
Oh.
Yeah, because like with summoning jutsu, it's like, cool, I can summon a companion and we can do shit together. I can summon a big toad, we'll just jump around, you know, like jump around the city. Like, I need to get to town. Like, sweet, I'll get there in 2 hops, you know what I mean? Like, whoa.
And then, the ID kids are like, yo, Alvin, can you summon your frog?
Yeah, dude, you need a ride? West, yeah, we'll get there in 1 jump, no worries. Either that or genjutsu, just because, like, imagine what you could do with the power of genjutsu, bro. You just like trap everyone in genjutsu and just like steal shit. Like, no, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do that. But
I did not see this twist of events.
Yeah, bro, master criminal in disguise. Nah, but genjutsu would be cool. Like, I'd just probably use it for practical jokes. I'd probably just get people to do shit. Yeah, that'd probably be it. And it'd be a mad trip, you know what I mean? You're just like, it's like drugs without drugs, you know what I mean? You just genjutsu on yourself and you're like, oh shit, where am I?
That's bloody genjutsu on yourself. What did you do? Just look in the mirror?
Yeah, probably. Bro. The mirror will probably like come out and start attacking me and shit. How do you? The thing is, how do you get out of that then? Can you release your own genjutsu? Oh, probably.
Maybe you have to hurt yourself. I don't know. That's one way you can release genjutsu.
Or have someone else like mess with your chakra flow or something and break you out of it. Yeah, probably just stab myself in the leg or something.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. That whole summoning jutsu one, it took me by surprise. That's a good one, though.
That's a good one, right? Yeah. It depends on your contract, you know. It depends on what kind of.
What would you want to have? Animal. I assume a transport one would be like the most practical.
Yeah,
useful.
Some sort of flying one, like a bird of some sort.
But I wouldn't mind like, you know how Kakashi can summon like a hound of like a family of dogs.
Yeah,
cool
that's
too.
pretty cool.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
Cool too. Ninja dogs. Wow, that's
Ninja
dope.
dogs is lit. But like my thing is with the bird. You know how Sasuke all of a sudden had the bird, even though his contract with snakes.
That was weird.
You know, in that transition, he suddenly started summoning that bird. I was like, when did you sign that contract? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's been answered yet. Still, eh? Because then after that, he just summoned the snakes. He went back to snakes. Snake would be pretty cool too, like a giant snake.
Fuck. Then it's like a reflection of yourself.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I was like,
somebody just. Oh shit, that's me.
Oh shit, I'm the snake. Oh man. Snakes in the Jungle 8, Lazy Plug 16 Leo. Anyway, yeah, maybe bird. Yeah, probably some sort of flying one. Yeah, definitely bird. American bird.
Dope.
You can do some aerial attacks, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
If there's like a nuclear warhead coming, we'll just fly out of there, you know what I mean?
Yo, World War III? Fuck.
Living on a
You
bird,
know where to go.
dude.
You know where to go, man. Alvin's got some birds in the sky.
Yo. I'm talking phoenix. I'm talking hawk. Eagle. What's another majestic bird?
We have like a few questions left.
Yeah.
Not too many. So, back in the day, you actually started off as a b-boy.
Mm-hmm.
In your video Body to Body,
Mm-hmm.
you are dancing with 2 other b-boys.
Mm-hmm.
Out of you, Wuju, and Johnny, who's the better b-boy?
Oh, that's sad. I can't say anything, dude. That's subjective as fuck.
Nah, just say it. Just have your opinion.
I mean, I guess like what you mean, like now though, or like back then, in that moment. Would you
Let's
say?
just say in that moment.
In that moment?
Because you'll
Alright.
probably be way more then than now.
Yeah, it's definitely more then than now.
Yeah, you did start off as a b-boy after shuffling, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Went straight into breaking after shuffling. It's hard because like we're all really great at different things. Like Johnny was great at power.
Yeah.
Like he could fucking pop a windmill and straight into like
Yeah.
crickets into another flare and shit. And Wuju could do the same, but he was a bit more like style oriented as well. He was very like he had a little footwork. I kind of just. I think it'd be between Wuju and Johnny in that time because that back then I was still kind of training and I wasn't as confident, I should say. Like I could do some of the things that they can do and have a bit of my own flavor, but I was never confident about it in that time. So yeah, I'd say either Wuju or Johnny. But then if you're gonna ask for my personal opinion, I think Johnny's better at power, but as an overall b-boy, I liked Wuju's style better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about now? What about now?
What about now? Oh, shit, you know it's me, bro. It's Big Boy, the bro Elvin. Let's go, G.
Does Wuju still dance? I saw him dance a few times. He does now.
Yeah, I lost contact with him for a while, and then he started up this weekly dance class thing that Connor was at, and I got to catch up with him a few times. But yeah, he's a little bit under the radar again, not really sure. But yeah, if you're listening, hit me up, bro. You good to catch up. And yeah.
Shout out to Wuju.
Yeah.
Bro, fuck. Okay, story about Wuju. Wuju, you gotta stop. Okay. You have to stop busting out power at the end of every class.
Bro.
Bro.
Does he do that?
Yeah. At the end of every class, like, you know how you finish the choreo and then you have a freestyle
Lazy
or
freestyle,
you hop off. You always bust out like a windmill and shit.
Oh, yo, let's go, dude.
Bro, Wuju, you can't do that at the end of every class. Bro. Switch it up, man.
That's like but no shade, but like that's like one of the bros in Young ID. Travis, I think it is.
Yeah.
He does like lazy flips, like a gainer or something, in the freestyles, like in class.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like, shit, man, like that's cool and all. I've seen you do that a few times. Hey, my back's starting to hurt watching you do that. But it's cool. It's cool to show off what you can do for sure. But definitely gotta find ways to mix it up.
Yo, Travis, he said switch it up because you're getting old.
Yeah, getting old, bro. Try new things.
Yeah.
Venture away. No, but he's cool. I see him lab a lot. Even at Swaggy's training the other night, he was labbing on himself, which is what's important, especially with the young ones. You gotta always up your arsenal.
And especially at that young too, like you can absorb so much.
It's a lot harder now, man.
Oh fuck, this one I just wrote it in. This is a shout out to William. In Can't Keep Running, your BTS video, William fails a backflip. And he failed it really bad.
Bro, so bad.
That's pretty much it. That was the whole question. That was the whole question. William, you just suck.
Yeah,
bro.
you just suck, bro.
I can't believe you fucked it up for
Bro.
Alvin's video.
Don't ever flip again, in my video. See, that was. I'll just tell you the story. It was the funniest thing ever. Because you know what? All I told him to do. All I told him to do was run to me at the camera.
Yeah.
That was it. I was like, yeah, just run towards me. I'll run backwards. And he's like, yo, sweet. And he starts running, and he's like, yeah. And then he does a round off, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's just playing around. Yeah. And he jumps up, and he flips, and I'm like, oh, shit, he actually did it. Like, what the fuck? Bro goes face and shoulders first into the ground, and I'm like, bro, you all good? He's like, yeah, I'm all good. I was like, no, you're not, G. That was intense. Because, like, it was on a track run, like track road.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not bouncy, but it's a bit soft.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, man, I'm feel the bounce, bro. And he just got too confident, and went for a flip, and yeah, that's what happened.
Caked it.
Caked it, bro. Caked it. Nah, edit that out. We don't even want to shout you out, William. Nah, I'm playing. So love.
Alright, last question for the first half.
Yo.
In overtime,
Yo.
you are having a brief monologue with William about how you always put in that work for your missus.
Yeah, bro.
Always put in that work.
Hells yeah.
Alright, out of these options, which one are you most likely to do to which one are you least likely to do?
Right.
Alright. So 1, give her a massage.
Mm-hmm.
2, buy her flowers.
Mm-hmm.
3, do her dry cleaning.
Yep.
4, give her a scrub down because she's mad stinky.
Mad stinky.
that was a fucking lie, bro. I died, man.
That was a roast, dude. Cease, bro. Clean yourself up, dude.
Fuck, bro. I remember when I was watching, I was like, yo, shit, damn. I was searching the comments like, yo, Cece, what are you gonna say about this? Alright. So those are the 4, and then the next sub question after that is, what is your top love language?
Okay.
Yeah.
And just most likely and least likely.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
do you want me to?
Yeah, out of those 4 that are listed,
Okay.
so yeah.
Most likely massage, because I always massage her anyway, randomly, spontaneously.
Oh, fucking! I don't put it in
Yeah,
that work,
you
bro.
know, she'll like put her leg on her foot on my leg just to like a leg rest, and I'll just be like, oh, yo, do a lazy foot massage.
Wow.
That's what I do, you know what I'm saying?
What a man! MVP, man.
I actually like it because I used to massage my mom.
Yeah.
A lot, like when I was a kid, like with her friends around, and she would just be like, yeah, come here, and she just showed me off like some fucking prize child, and I was like, yeah, I'm massaging my mom, you know, and yeah, so I guess I kind of got into that habit, and she even like, when I was younger, she used to pay me $5 to give her like a full like back massage for like 30 minutes, and so yeah, for me, then I was already kind of understanding the value of money, even if it was just that small amount. I knew that you had to work for money, kind of thing, so it was cool. Least likely, probably. What are the other options again? The flowers,
dry cleaning, and scrub down.
Probably dry cleaning, eh? Yeah, that's too much work. I buy her flowers, you know. That's kind of a standard for me. If we're going on like a big date or something, I'd definitely buy flowers. Scrub down. You know, you just need it, bro. You know, like if you're stanky, you're stanky. Get in the shower. You don't need to scrub down. But yeah. And then what was the sub question again? Sorry.
What is your love language?
My love language. My love language is touch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm like a physical, affectionate person. So like, you know, kisses, hugs, and handhold, that kind of buzz. Yeah.
I don't know. It always buzzes me out when people like. They're like, oh, what's your love language? I'm like, oh, you know, like you can say like anything random. Like the most like common ones people say are like fucking quality time and da da da. And then like when someone says, oh, I like gifts or I like physical touch, people are like, oh, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why are you judging someone on their love language then? Because it's not like yours. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. Well, then they're obviously not for you. You know, you don't have to think about it that deep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, because they make all these judgments like, oh, he's probably like da da da. I'm like, yo, fucking relax, okay?
Hard. And I think that there's a deeper level to it. Like when it comes to touch, it's kind of like, well, for me, like I have my own like insecurities and stuff, like just like everyone else. And for me, the reason why touch is my love language, it's like a reassurance for me. It's like, I know you're still into me, you still love me. If you kiss me on the cheek or you hold my hand or you know you give me hugs, and then it's like, it's that's that for me. But when it's someone like say gifts or something, you know, maybe they grew up in a place where they didn't have much, or you know, and it's like for someone to offer a gift to them, it's like, oh wow, you must really like me or something, you know what I mean? So everyone has their own different like interpretation of that love language. You know, it's like it's deeper than just the face value of touch and gift giving and all that. So yeah, again, you can't really judge people on it because they have their own circumstance and how they got to where they are. So yeah.
It's hard too because like I think it's important to understand what your partner likes, because if you have like, oh, this happened in my last relationship. Like if you have like one that's prioritized higher and then their one is like on the complete opposite spectrum, it's kind of fucked there.
Yeah, it's definitely fucked. It's hard because Cece and I had to communicate it too. Her one is like words of affection, so obviously there's that like I feel love when there's like touch involved, and she feels love if I say stuff like, you're beautiful, etc., etc. It's that word of affection. And so I didn't know that until we had the conversation about it, because I'm already just kind of like, I feel love, and we're just dating, we hold hand and all that stuff. I'm all good, but never really thought about it in her side, on her aspect, and her perspective. And so to then have that conversation and to know these things, it just kind of helps the relationship grow and flourish, because you can now give what she wants, or she can give you what you want, and etc., etc.
Elvin Wong. Put in overtime, man.
Yeah,
He puts in that overtime, man.
Yes, that's about a girl too, about the one girl right now.
Again, that's a very funny video. I recommend you guys check that out. The first half is crack up, bro.
That, again, also improvised. Yeah. Every line we said, improvised. We did one shot and just made up a random script and bounced off each other. And then the other two shots where it's like, we did the wide one first, and we just kind of winged it. And then when we did the close-up ones, we're just like, fuck, we had to remember what we said, and we just tried to like mold the previous conversation we had in that first shot into the other two shots. And the editing was kind of okay, because we just tried to remember what we said. It was like, okay, flowers, dry cleaning, or massage or something, and then the bath. And as long as we had those key points, then we could kind of recreate the conversation. So yeah, another spontaneous thing.
BTS,
bro.
And that concludes the first half of the podcast.
Woo!
Thanks for joining us. We're going to take a small break. We'll be back soon.
Let's go. Cut.
Welcome back, everybody. We hope you enjoyed that first half. We are now moving on to the last half of the episode and getting into the real dance questions that you are here for. Okay, question number 1.
Let's go.
Who are you right now as a dancer, and how did you get here from start of your journey to now?
Who I am as a dancer now? Well, I guess, probably best to start from the beginning. When in year 9, I got into shuffling. Even before then, I always loved dance. Like, I appreciated dance. Like, I watched shows like ABDC and all that. The first season I watched was season 3 with Quest Crew. And that instantly sparked my love for breaking as well, because they were just like crazy on the tricks, crazy on the breaking. So in year 9, I was shuffling and did a little sea walking as well. And then in year 10, Wuju introduced me to breakdancing. And I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. And I like decided to jump in on it as well. And I'll be completely transparent. I did it to pick up chicks, but like as we all did.
Bro, we have the same fucking story. I watched Quest Crew too. I started shuffling too, and then I did it for girls as well.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm just a young teen boy, What do you want from me, All I know is school and girls and games, And so that's also why I learned how to flip and all that. But I think as I grew older, I started to develop that deeper the love for the passion of the movement and all that. But I didn't start, I'd say, choreography until like year 11. Then the first piece I learned was from one of my seniors at the time, Token Beloso.
Oh, Buzzy.
Yeah. He taught
what school did you go to?
Pakuranga.
Oh,
yeah. So I learned from him, and we did Bring It On for... Actually, that year, I broke my collarbone. So I was in Bring It On, and then I broke it like a month before Bring It On, and then so I couldn't compete. So my first year actually ever competing in anything dance-related was in 2012 for when I was year 12. For Bring It On. Actually, no. I just remembered. I have performed before in primary school. I watched my brother do this thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a thing where different schools, like, I think it was a competition. I'm not sure, but they like just performed one night and just danced.
Stage challenge?
Nah, it wasn't a stage challenge. It was like primary schools and intermediate schools. It's like school something. I don't know, but I have the DVD for it, which I.
Production?
Like, hope I don't find it because it's kind of embarrassing. But that's actually my first experience of dance in primary school. I watched my brother do it and I thought it was cool, so I did it myself. I was really shit, man. I was like, if you watch the video, I was at least a half count behind with people. So people that say I'm good now or whatever, like, bro, I've come a long fucking way. You know what I mean? And even then, I still think I got a long way to go. But sorry, what was I? 2012. Yeah. So I got into Bring It On. And at the end of that year, I joined a studio, which is Kata Chan, Dance Performance Studio, CDPC, that's where I met people like Nick Hidalgo, Stephen Hidalgo, Connor, Lucy. I just met those guys there, and and Joey. I danced there for a few years. I started learning how to teach there as well. And that's also when I met Josh Design and Chevy. They came to teach at the studio, so they were more or less my first few official kind of hip hop teachers. And so yeah, to where I'm at now, to like do collaborations with Chevy and Josh, it's like mind blowing to see how far I've come from that. But moving on with that, I left the studio in 2016, although I think 15 was my last year, and then I joined IDCO. I actually auditioned for them in 14 and 15. Both years I was invited to the intensives, but both years I went overseas at the end of the year to visit family, because I had this thing where I go Hong Kong every year to visit family. I feel like at the time, maybe if I communicated, I could have worked something out, but I didn't really know them as much either, like Josh and stuff. It was kind of like a weird boundary for me. I didn't want to put myself out there yet. But 2016 was the year. I made it. Danced with IDCO from 2016 onwards till now. We've done, I did HHI with them, I did Dance's Paradise with them, I did Upgrade with them, which is where I first contributed a piece to the company. And this year we were meant to do Arena, and then that's another time I collaborated with Chevy and put a piece forward, which we'll be performing at the showcase at the show in August 15th. And yeah, so now where I'm at now, and I've done other dance things. I've danced with Momentum Productions and Diamond, so commercial dancing. I've taught at a lot of schools, and I've taught at Flow. So I knew the owner Dion, who B-Boy Discover, if some know. He was one of the first people who taught me how to break. Aside from obviously what I learned from YouTube and Wuju. Yeah. He was my first breakdancing teacher, and I've known him since high school, and I knew about him wanting to make flow, because the first time I actually met him was at Bruce Pullman, and he was this guy that was trying to crack air flares, like that. He was just that guy there that was just trying to crack air flares, and so I got to talking to him, and I knew about his idea of flow, and then to see it come to fruition, it was just crazy that he made it happen, and he opened one branch, and then now he's opened another branch in Albany, which is great. So I've taught hip hop there a couple times and used the facilities, taken like Swagonauts there to like practice blow ups and that kind of stuff. So it's really cool to have that bridge. And yeah, in terms of dance, that's pretty much my whole story. As of now, I've done a few K-pop submissions with IDCO and Jacob Yard and Todd. I did Kyle Tooton's show, A Million Moves. That was a dope experience. It's very interesting, very long hours, and we made the stage as well on the day, which was again crazy experience. Yeah, would love to do something like that again. But yeah, I've done quite a lot of things. Would love to choreograph for a show or something one day, which is what we're doing, but I mean more like an artist show. That'd be cool. So what was the first question? What am I as a dancer? Was it, or who I am?
Just where are you right now?
Oh, where am I right now?
We've kind of talked about how you got here. So right now.
I guess right now, like, I'm just a dancer and choreographer for IDCO mainly, and then also I kind of just do things on the side for myself. I still consider myself a student, always learning. I have Steezy, and then also just kind of jam on my own, practice foundations and movements, and just freestyle. I freestyle a lot more than I used to, just to kind of get into it. Yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's just choreographer and dancer.
So you know that when you're talking about your million moves thing, it's like long hours and stuff. What, like how was that whole show experience? Because I've heard a few people that have done like those long, intense hour kind of things that physically it doesn't like. Physically, they're all good with it, but it's more like a mental toll than anything else. So how do you feel about it?
I think it's it's very subjective. It just depends on the person. Like for me, it was kind of cool. Like the long hours, there were a lot of times where you're not needed, and you kind of just sit there, and you either sit there or you run something, or and you're just used when you're needed, and that's just kind of like show life. Like you're not gonna be in the whole show. So the long hours to me, mentally, it gets a bit like, I don't know, like boring, not boring, but like, because it's cool to watch, you know, sometimes, but there are moments where it's just kind of like, wow, I've been sitting here for 2 hours and I haven't been used it, you know what I mean? And that itself can drain you, you know what I mean? Because it's like an insecure thing. It's like, oh shit, obviously it's you're overthinking yourself, but these are the thoughts I've had sometimes. It's like, oh shit, am I not good enough for this set? Or like, you know what I mean? Like I got in actually really late. I got in like 2 weeks before the show, and I learned like 4 or 5 pieces on the first day, and I was just like, whoa, that's a lot of shit. Yeah, man.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
so the first session in was really stressful for me. I didn't even think about the hours or think about anything like that. I was just focused on cracking these hard as fuck sets, like. And then after that, it kind of started to flow more naturally. I was on like the same kind of level as the other guys and stuff. We knew the same or what we needed to know in the show, and then it was a bit more chill, and there was a bit more like camaraderie in there, and we kind of just had moments where we can like leave and get a coffee, just chat, come back and chill. So overall, it was a great experience. It was just like, yeah, the long hours, yeah, depends on the person. And for me, it was all good. It was all good. Because for me, I'm a bigger picture guy. Like, I know that my part of the show is going to add to the show as a whole. And so I just got to not complain whether I'm in a lot or not in a lot or whatever, and just do my best. Yeah.
It's a good mentality you have.
Thanks, man.
Question 2. Since you studied filmmaking, what is an underrated aspect that dancers should work on in their videos to produce a better product?
Underrated.
Oh, well, let's see. Like, we'll do one underrated, and then we'll just say another part of this question is like, what are the top things that people should be looking out for in their videos to make it like better?
I think first of all, if you're talking about just a video, you need to look at what you want to achieve from that video. So like, for example, like, you know, the kind of guy, I'm very spontaneous. So if I have an idea, I'm just going to chuck it out and try it. And then there comes to about little to no preparation. But then there's times where I'm like, for example, Cruel, where I chucked in all of this preparation, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to just make sure that the visuals spoke what I wanted to speak, you know? And so I think the first thing you need to do when it comes to making a video is know your intention, know what you want to achieve from it. Like, for example, if you want to highlight the movement, then, you know, then that needs to be your priority in the video. Like, maybe not do as many cuts or pick angles that will, you know, elevate your movement, make it look bigger. So I guess an underrated thing, I think, is angles and focal length. Like movement, you know how like in real life, it's like you watch, say, something like Keone or something in a video, it's like, fuck, it's amazing. But then you watch it in real life, and then it's like 50 times even more amazing, you know what I mean? And it's like, why does it look not as intense in person than it does in video? And I think it's the reason of that is because in the moment there's like emotion involved, and it's like it's very captivating to see something happen in real life. I saw him in Summer Jam in 2017, and it was just like, wow. And then I saw the video and I was like, oh yeah, it's just, I remember it as I saw it, but it's just not the same. And that's obviously because they were just showcasing the choreo, and it wasn't like a concept video or whatever. And so the thing you need to, like, if it's just choreography and visuals that you're focusing on, then it needs to, I think the thing that's underrated the most is like angles. Like if you had a low angle, you have a bigger subject, you know, you look bigger, but that's very subjective based on what your car is like. If you're very like Anthony Lee and just small kind of thing, that probably won't work for you, and you're looking at more something like a wide shot where you can see everyone. But if you're something like Brian doing some floor move and going to some like bigger move up here, then you like maybe a low angle would look nice because there's that motion that you can capture through that. Lighting is also probably, actually, you know what, cancel everything I just said. Lighting is the most underrated thing. Lighting sets the mood for everything, man. Like, lighting is so important. If you don't have good light, then that already affects your camera work. Like, it doesn't expose as nice. Like, it's harder for a camera to expose if there's like poor lighting. And you can just see the quality of video improve when there's good lighting. Like, when you watch a movie and you know those scenes where it's like the actor is sleeping in bed,
Yeah.
but it's still kind of lit, so you can see, because obviously in real life, if you're in bed and it's dark, you can't see shit.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you can see the actor, but it still feels like it's dark. You know what I mean? And that's the illusion of light. Light, you can set any mood with light. And like, I think people don't utilize it enough, because like with light, you can trick the viewer into thinking it's natural light when it's really just the light you add. Like, for example, you can set a light up outside this window and make it seem like the sun is beaming in, when really it's not. It's just you putting a light outside. If it's like, say, nighttime and you want to create something that looks like daytime, you know, so, and that can change everything. In a dance video, for example, if you wanted to shoot something that looked like was in the day, but it was at night, obviously you can do this kind of stuff in post, but the more you do on set with light, the easier it is in post. Yeah, so lighting, super important. So that'll make your dance better.
Oh, lighting and angles.
Yeah. I think lighting more than angles, to be honest. Like, lighting it's in a realm of its own. Like, even I have trouble setting up lights sometimes, like, because there's just so much you can do. Like, there's times where I'm like, yo, I want one big key light in the front, and then, like, maybe a couple lights in the back to just, like, light up the subject, or separate the wall from the subject, you know, and then... But then I'll look at it and I'm like, it's not that nice. And then I'm like, okay, I got to set it up again, change it. Maybe 2 lights coming in and I want a cross shadow. And then I have one in the back that just cancels out that. And then, you know, you just kind of go from there. And then that is a long process, because, you know, you got to like set up the stand, set up the lights, plug it in. And then if you want to move it, you got to switch it off and move it again. And so that side, I'd say, you know how I was talking about spontaneity and being prepared. I think that side is you should be super prepared for, in terms of just... being onto it on set and being like, okay, I need to put it here, I need to put it here. If it's not going to work, okay, cool. Move it here, move it here, move it here. And yeah.
I see. Oh, it's cool hearing this, because I'm like comparing it to my... I'm trying to like work it into how I should work like in the future as well. Because a lot of the times when I'm thinking about like my dance videos, the hardest thing, like the only thing I really have to worry about as like a choreographer is just location. Because pretty much whenever I talk to Tommy about our videos, like it's pretty much he'll think about all the shots and stuff. I just need to figure out like what location will fit best with my what I want in my head. So I think like that one where I filmed in the gazebo. Yeah,
that pagoda looking thing, eh? Yeah. I love that piece, bro.
That was a mean one. And you know what? It only took us like 2 shots. That was just 2 shots, because we were just like, we were feeling it, and we were just like on the day we're on like what's that, on task, you know, we just clicked. But you know what's crack up as, during that shot there was 2 random couples on the side. So on our right side there was a couple that was drinking, and they just met each other like they've been like long distance lovers,
right,
and they reconnected with each other like this year, and they was just drinking. And I was like, oh, yo, that's cool. That's a good story, because like obviously we're filming, so we're just like, you know, just bantering with them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other side is just 2 Asian kids just like making out and shit. So like, you know, the exchange students that are like hard out, you know, like backing on each other.
I definitely know.
So like,
shit,
you don't see it, but in our shot, like if you just turn like just a little bit, you just see either people drinking or you see like 2 kids making out. It's like, fuck, bro.
That's crack up. I never knew that. That's buzzy. Yeah, location is a hard thing too. It's like, if you're not doing something official where you have a permit or something where you can actually vacate everyone on the set, it's like, you just got to work with what you can. And like, sometimes you can ask and be like, hey, can you, you know, leave for a few shots, or, you know, you just kind of live with it and you just try to avoid them, you know. And I don't know where I was going with that. I think I was just kind of like expressing that it is hard.
So you know when you work with choreographers and they're asking you for like to film a video for them, do you prefer if they have do you prefer if they have like a set idea, or do you want to do it yourself?
In terms of like the film side?
Yeah, like do you like it if they come in like, oh hey, I want this here, this here, this here, or do you prefer if they're like, oh, this is the choreo, they'll give you like just a normal video of the choreo, and they'll be like, okay, what do you want from us? Or...
My personal opinion is the less work I need to do, the easier. So obviously, if you're prepared and you know what you want, then I can do that for you. And in fact, it's actually rewarding, because it's easy for me to be like, here, you show me this video, and I'm like, okay, I got some ideas. I'll
Yeah.
do like a wide shot, this shot, etc., you know. And that's easy for me because that's like habit to me. That I'm used to doing that for my videos or for someone else that I know or that's close to me. But it's rewarding when someone comes to you with ideas already in their head,
Yeah.
but they can't flesh it out, and then you flesh it out for them, and they're like, oh, yeah, that looks cool. Or like if they're like, oh, maybe if you do this and that at this part, and then I'll do it, and then they're like, oh wow, it's so cool. It's that kind of like feeling I get from them is rewarding to me. It's like a sense of gratitude, and I'm like, yo, I did a good job, because doing me is easy because you know it's me, but doing someone else's work for them with their vision in mind is just as, if not more rewarding, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, so I guess to answer the question, I would prefer if someone else had ideas in mind, so less work for me, and I'm more just focused on helping create your vision.
Have you ever had to work with someone that just has shit ideas?
Shit, like I think they're shit ideas?
Yeah, like you think there's shit ideas that you wouldn't do, but then you just had to do it anyway? Or do you just say straight up like, oh hey, this is actually a bad idea, like we should shoot it differently?
Yeah, I've definitely had. But I just do it anyway, because sometimes when you're dealing with artists, they're very adamant on their vision. You know, it's okay to have input sometimes, but like it just again depends on the person you're dealing with. But yeah, there's been times where I've where there's ideas that are pitched to me, and I'm kind of like, not really possible, or like I don't think it'll kind of work out in post, but I'll just do it anyway to kind of satisfy the client or the person I'm working with, and then from there, if they like it and I don't like it, it doesn't really fucking matter what I think, because it's not my video, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I've definitely had that, but there's not really much you can do, because like at the end of the day, you're working for someone and not with someone. If you're working with someone, then by all means interject, you know what I mean? Like if it's been established that it's a collaborative effort, then you need to like assert yourself into the situation, even if you're just a videographer and you're talking with a choreographer or something, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope. I totally forgot about that aspect of a collaborative effort, because I think that would save a lot of trouble as well when you're trying to work with someone.
Yeah, definitely.
Ozzy, good information to know.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Question 3: what is the best advice on your journey that you've received to help you grow?
Man, I've been given a lot of advice in my time, man. I don't know what was like the best or like a turning point, but I can list a few, like maybe like 2 or 3 that's really good. For me, because there's my dancing reached different stages and different times. So let's say, for example, with teaching, because I was given some advice from both Jacob and Josh. And the one that Jacob gave me was to kind of like slow down with my teaching and break things down. That was when I think maybe it was like my 3rd or 4th ID class. And in my head, I was like, oh yeah, I'm teaching all good. I know my counts, etc., etc. But like, even for someone like Jacob, who's, you know, fucking great dancer, you know what I mean? He was saying stuff like, it might help, you know, to slow down and pull back and just like drill certain moments and certain parts of the choreography that will help. It'll help people like kind of get used to it and learn it. And I wasn't used to the drilling side because I haven't really taken many crews at that point, and like to me, I didn't really think about it like that. I just thought of it like open class. This is my piece. This is what I'm gonna share with you, and then, you know, take it with it how you will, you know, and then just go on from there. So. Yeah, I think my teaching developed over time. Nowadays, I'm very like, very conscious about what the students think. Josh had the similar advice. He said just take a piece and just kind of drill it. Which, if you've taken a class from Josh, you'll notice that he does that a lot. And like his ISO phrases, he'll do this one phrase over and over again until it becomes comfortable. And yeah, I think those 2 pieces of advice helped shape my teaching how it is now. In terms of just dance, I don't know who really gave me this advice, but it was just, I think it's very generic. It's, you just gotta dance because you love it and not because you're trying to be cool or you're trying to like, Because if you want to be cool, that's fine. You know, because I started breakdancing to be cool, to like, you know, pick up chicks and shit, and that's fine. But if you want to improve, you have to have a more meaningful intention. And for me, I wanted to be, at the time, initially, I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best there was, you know what I mean? I just thought I'd try everything, dabble everything, and just be number one. But it wasn't realistic to me to do that in everything, you know what I mean? My body can't handle it, you know? And so the important thing is to just do what resonates with you and what you love, and just not care about anyone else thinking about it. Because like with breakdancing, for example, I stopped like training in breakdancing because I felt the passion was more towards like hip-hop and choreography and all that. But I still love to break, and I'll still dabble and still do it. And that's because, and like in my freestyles too, you'll notice I go on the ground a lot and do a lot of like thready shit and like footwork, and that's just because I love it. I don't care if it's gonna match or not. Like to me, it feels good to do. I think that's really important advice, is do what feels good.
Solid.
Yeah, because if it doesn't feel good, then why are you doing it? You know.
So what's the worst advice you've
Worst advice?
Yeah, this actually stems from, originally this question was, originally I planned this question where it was meant to be, because there was a gap between your last video that you posted and like, there was like a 3-year gap where you just didn't post any dance videos, but there was like major growth in that time. But I generalized it down to what was the most thing that helped you grow. So what was like the worst thing? Because I've heard some really bad advice from people whenever I ask them after class.
Yeah. What's an example? Can I have an example of like a worst advice you've heard?
I don't want to name the name, but
yeah, all good.
We both know this person, and
okay. Tell me the advice, and I'll let you know if I can figure it out. I was so triggered
when I heard it. I was actually triggered as I was like,
yeah,
hey bro, I just want some advice for class because I was having trouble at the specific part. And I was like, oh yeah, bro, you just gotta take more classes.
Yeah.
Gee,
I think
when you figure out who it is, you're gonna be surprised of why he said it.
Okay, well, just to run off of that, I think that's a good piece of advice, but it's in context. Like with your situation, when you asked about a specific part, then that's shit advice. You know what I mean? Like, well, what's the point of taking more class if you just needed help in this one section of your piece of like choreography or whatever it is? You know. Yeah, but that's shit advice. That's so dumb. That's like not even paying attention to you, bro. Yeah, that's another thing with teaching. I'm very that's what I used to just kind of like focus on myself to make sure I'm doing it right, but now I just kind of prepare beforehand and know that I want to do it right, and I just like look around the room more importantly, because like a lot of the young ones like that I teach now in ID, there's this development crew called I2D. I used to teach some of them at Carter Chan, and so they come up to me with advice. I mean, asking for advice sometimes, and so because of that, I'm so much more conscious about watching others so that I can give that advice where I can, but only when I'm in the position to do so. If it's just kind of like, sometimes you'll ask me for advice and I'm like, it's not even my car, and I'm like, hit this harder, pop harder, you know, I don't know, you know. But fuck, worst advice? That's really a hard one, because I'm the type of guy to see the good in everything. Like I'm very like, I'm like a pushover, but not a pushover. You know what I mean? Like I like to. I'm a people pleaser in the sense that
it's kind of like devil's advocate, right?
See
the good in, you
know. So, because I'll always try to find a way to apply what is said to me, even if it is shit.
Yeah.
So I guess it's for me, it's hard to kind of think about what was shit advice. Because sometimes if it's shit advice and I try to apply it and nothing happens, and I'll just move on from it. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna help me. I need to find something else. So yeah, fuck, I don't know, hey. Like just in dance? Life advice. Bad life advice. You just sleep with everyone. You're all good, bro. Shit. Bad. No, I don't think I've ever been given bad dance advice. Yeah. Like honestly, I don't really think I think I surround myself around a lot of really insightful people in the industry, and I haven't really had a moment where I've been given like poor advice or advice that isn't relevant to the situation.
Solid.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't answer that one.
No, all good, all good. Because it's just like it's just as well just a counterpart because I was playing devil's advocate too. I'm like, okay, what's the best and then what's the worst? Because it might be interesting. For
Yeah.
people to
Oh
know.
no, definitely. Yeah, man. Onto it.
All right. Who are your biggest influences? And then a sub question after that is who do you learn from the most? Not in terms of like who do you learn from in terms of like mass wise, like because you've probably learned from like more ID people than anybody else. But like who do you actually learn from the most in terms of like what is effective, like what is truly effective and makes you think like, oh, this guy knows the stuff. Like I am actually learning from him or her. Sorry.
Sexist, bro. Misogynist. Those ones. Wait, sorry. The question was who I look up to, right?
Yeah,
Was it?
biggest influences.
Biggest
And
influence.
let's just say like from the start, like because I've seen you because I watched all of Elvin's videos, so I kind of have a rough idea of his influences. I'm pretty sure they're similar to mine as well.
Yeah, but I can already feel it.
Yeah, like
initially, definitely Brian Puspos.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I think you, me, and Will have the exact
Yeah.
same in that sense. Cause like, yeah, when we both made it on the Instagram, I was like, "Yo, G, I'm on Brian Puspos' Instagram. Yo, Brian, if you're listening to this, you're the man, G. Yo." But yeah, definitely Brian. He was very up there in my influences. I think earlier to me, because when Token taught me, he taught a set to Like a Virgin Again, which Chris Brown.
Oh, yeah.
And Brian also had a set to that, and Token was the one who showed me the video, and I was like, "Fuck, who is this dude? Like, this guy's a man, like an Asian guy, like killing like choreography, like."
Yeah.
Or it was even back then. It was super intricate. Like, there's a lot of thought process going on with this movement, and wordplay. I loved wordplay, but yeah, the thing with me is since I don't really have any foundation training aside from breakdancing, so for me to make that transition from breaking to like choreography, it was hard for me to figure things out, especially when I'm trying to play with wordplay. It's like, what is even considered dance and what is considered just like a movement, and I'm trying to like convey this wordplay. And so going through that journey was hard, even though he was a big influence for me. And then from there, I guess like Chevy was a big influence. I know we were talking about maths and stuff, but honestly, like since he was one of my first few like teachers, I really resonated with what he was teaching and how he like explains movements and qualities. And because of him, and Josh and stuff, and even Simon Watts, because of them, I understood how to use my body more. And it's like about giving a lot and also pulling back and picking moments, and from them I learned that. So big influence from those guys, which then helped me shape my influence that I get from Brian to create the pieces that I have now, which I'm not saying they're like a carbon copy of what Brian does. It's more just
it's just a product of like everything that you've learned.
Yeah, exactly. I think nowadays a big influence in my life would be Riley Bourne. He's just super knowledgeable, and he's a great teacher. Like when he like, I'm gonna be completely honest, like sometimes in classes I get real complacent, like I just in the back and I'm like, I just learn the choreo, and like, and especially ID class, like I just like, I'm like official DJ, so I kind of just do the music, and so I'm always in this corner and I kind of just learn from the corner, and I don't really dive into the class as much. But when I'm learning from Riley, and this has been a reoccurring thing, that's why I can say that he's a big influence, but every time I've taken this class, I've had to really try and like really push myself to really like achieve what he wants to see in us as the students. And so yeah, big ups to Riley. Who else? I guess those are like the main big ones. When it comes to just like inspiration and movement, I like people like Trevor Takimoto. I like, just so smooth. And who else is there? Who do I used to watch in the day? Oh, Ian Eastwood for sure. Like wordplay, like all the wordplay is out there, man. Like I watched all of them. Jun Kamada. Yeah, I guess those are the main kind of influences at the time. What was the sub question, sir? I think it was.
That was the sub question.
Oh, right.
Who do you learn from the most? And then I think that comes down to Riley, Shibby, and stuff. You're not Spuzzy to me. Like, I have two answers to like two of your points that you made. one of them was the carbon copy, right? Like you're not a carbon copy. I was talking with Trevor. I talk with Trevor Tucker.
Talks with my biggest influence. One of my let's go.
So because I was on a Zoom call with him, Terran Cheng, and my Zoom group from the Drop, and so we were just asking him questions because Terran brought him in as like a special guest,
right?
And I remember we were talking about like how he tries to be authentic and stuff, and then he actually said that like that it's okay to copy others because just because someone, like if you copy someone, you're not gonna be exactly like them because it's impossible, right?
Yeah.
And then he said because he has so many teachers, he's not afraid to look like certain parts of all of them.
Right.
And that like he also said that people are actually like afraid to copy people, but that's actually like a wrong way to think.
Yeah, actually going off that, like there's that whole thing, especially with breaking. There's like the whole biting thing, and so like, but the thing is like I can't remember who I heard this from, but it was like it's not really biting. It's like eating because you want to like eat that and then grow from it. You know what I mean? Like it's
great way
like
to think about
it. Yeah. You're not like biting it and then just stealing it. It's more just like you bite it, you eat it, and then you just kind of use that movement and you use it to grow into other things.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're talking about with Trevor and stuff. That's dope.
Yeah, and also as well, like as a teacher, it should make you feel like good when a student actually copies your movement, because it shows that one, they're paying attention, and two, they actually respect you enough to like want to copy it.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna look exactly like you. They're gonna take it and then they'll make it their own someday. But as for right now, if they just look a little bit like you, I don't know. I think that's okay.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, definitely.
I know Trevor.
He does Trevor. I'm jealous, man.
And
that's fire.
Oh, but you know, it's crack up. Like there was a question that people were asking Trevor. Well, one of the students was like, "Oh, hey Trevor, how do you make it in like LA? Like, how do you be a choreographer? And like, how do I get to know choreographers so that I can start dancing with them?" And then Trevor was pretty much like, "Oh, you just be their friend," because like the student was approaching it from an angle like, how do I get to be friends with a choreographer so that I can like dance with them one day? But then it's just like they're choreographers, but they're also people, man.
Yeah, exactly. The fact of the matter is they're people, and then, like
for after that question, I straight up asked like, "Yo, Trevor, can I be your friend?" And then Trevor was like, "Got you, bro." I'm like,
"Yo, let's go, dude." That's the one. But it's true though. Like it's I think it's the mentality of teacher and student. You're just kind of putting the teacher on this kind of pedestal that doesn't exist, because at the end of the day, like you said, we're all just people. And I'm a culprit of that too. Like when I went to Summer Jam, like when I first met Keone and stuff for the first time, like, fuck, man, I was so nervous, dude. I was shaking. Like, Laps and Kayla were before me, and so they're like, they went and got a photo. I took the photo for them, and while I was taking the photo, I was like thinking of everything I could say, like, like just to make it sound like I wasn't starstruck or some shit. I was like, okay, sweet, I'm ready. Gave the phone back, and then I went up to them.
Yeah.
Bro, complete mind blanking, and I was like,
oh, did you even say anything?
Yeah, I can't really remember what I said though. It was something like, oh yeah, class was really good. It was really hard. And I think I said something about I didn't care that I made a mistake and that's how good it was or something, like it was just inspiring. And then they were just kind of like, oh yeah, that's good. They're great people. Like you can feel that genuine energy. But yeah, then I got a photo and then that was that. I got away as fast as I could because I was just so nervous, bro. Like it was crazy. Like, yeah, so it's hard definitely to make friends with people like your idols and influencers and like that. But it is the truth. It is what you need to do. Because there was this moment as well at Summer Jam at the beach party. Yeah. Actually, before we took Chris Martin's class, and I spoke to him a little bit then, and I was just kind of just like getting a photo and then just kind of getting advice and stuff. Yeah. And then we saw him at the Summer Jam, the beach party, and he said hi to me first. Oh, and I was tripping out. I was like, "Oh, what's up, Chris? What's up, Elvin?" Yeah, because I hit him with the Mr. Picard, his Instagram name, just to play around, and he's like, "Oh, yo, what's up, man?" And then I was like, "Yo, this is cool. I'm friends with Chris Martin." He probably doesn't remember now, but I mean, like, yeah, it's true though. You just have to get on the human side of things,
Yeah.
and then just not put people on pedestals.
Wow.
But yeah, it was tight, man. I was like, yeah, I'm making a friend, but I'm still starstruck as hell.
Yo.
Like, I was dropping my nuts.
Dude, that's fucking tight, bro. Because he made that to you first, bro.
Yeah, because we walked past each other
Yeah.
and like, I just smiled,
Yeah.
but like I didn't really make eye contact. I was kind of just like, hey, and then but he came up and was like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, you guys do that? He said hi to me. Like, Chris said hi to me. You know, I think that's already wrong in itself because then I'm already still putting him on that pedestal. You know, I haven't reached that friend level, but I was like, yeah, guys, Chris Martin knows me. Yeah.
Oh fuck, crack up. That's mean as. Was everybody around you just like, oh?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just me because we were walking from one pool to the other pool, and then
Yeah.
he was just in the middle, and he just said hi, and I was like, yo, gangster.
Oh fuck, that's tight. That's tight.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
But,
Never.
um,
He's a cool dude too. He's so like bubbly.
is he?
Yeah, hella bubbly. Like how he is, like when he talks and stuff, is exactly how it is in real life as well. It's like
Nice.
he's a good representation of himself on social media.
That's nice.
He's good.
Oh, it's funny as well. You're playing about Riley. Fuck. Bro, I find it so hard to learn off Riley, but it's not because of like his choreo itself. It's because of his music choices.
Right. Yeah.
I find that
man.
some of his music choices are like hit and miss with me,
Mm.
and that's all good. You know, that's just his music choice. But then whenever I go to his class and it's a song that I don't like, I'm like, I find it fucking hard.
It's hard,
it.
man.
It's so
It
hard
is.
to learn it because his choreo is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
And it's right, he does expect a lot from you, and he does draw out a lot from you. But I remember this one class I went to. It was like a Travis Scott class,
Mm.
and I remember the song was like, bro, I hated the song so much.
Yeah.
But like, I liked the choreo, but I hated the song, so I was like, fuck. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a battle in your
Yeah.
head, eh? Oh, fuck, yeah.
Shout out to Riley though. Riley,
Yo.
you're fucking one of the top dogs in the
You're a
NZ.
fucking beast, bro.
All right. Oh, you kind of already answered this, but just as a clarification, as its own question, like, what is your number one aspect you think of when you teach?
Honestly, the number one aspect I think of when I teach is if I'm teaching it well. Like since recently, like in high school up until maybe I joined ID or like a little bit after, I've always just taught like boom, cat, cat, ta, you know, I just made sounds and I never really counted or anything. And I guess my style of teaching developed over time, and I started to understand counts and my timing. And how to articulate my timing, I should say.
Yeah.
And so I take pride in understanding my timing and also like sharing it with others. And so the thing I look out for the most is, am I teaching what I'm teaching clear enough for the students to understand? And that's probably the one thing in my head that's like the most important to me when I'm teaching, because it's like, if I'm not clear enough, then it's not the student's fault that they're not getting the movement.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the complete opposite, you know. Sometimes it's just a student that isn't, you know, picking up fast enough or whatever. But I always have that mentality going into a class. It's like, how am I going to make this the most, not easy, but rewarding in the sense that it's easy to take away information from the class for the student, you know? Yeah. I think that's most important to me, and the thing I think about the most when I teach.
Solid.
Yeah, because I get real anxious sometimes when I teach, because it's like, if I like fuck up the counts, it's like, ooh, yeah, that was bad, you know, and I get real like self-conscious about it. So that's why I like really take pride in understanding and knowing my timing when I teach.
It's funny too, cause like because we've both taken so many classes and we've seen how different some teachers are. And it buzzes me out when like there's some people that they'll teach like a whole section of choreo, and then they'll just keep teaching that section of choreo when like people are just like or they'll keep moving on when people are like lost. And I'm like, what's the point in that? Like, why do you do that? And then I remember I asked them one time after class, they're like, it's the push stem. I'm like, okay, I can kind of understand. They didn't need a push, but then obviously like some people are getting lost, and like, do you just leave them behind, or do you expect them to catch up, or is that how it's meant to go, or are you meant to? But then is it their fault for not asking questions, or is it your fault for not creating an environment
Yeah.
that allows you to ask questions. So it's like
it's a bit of both. It's hard. You gotta gauge it in every
Yeah.
situation, because every situation is different. Like you said, you pretty much put up everything. Like there's moments where students, I can see that they're failing, but I put out there and be like, is there any questions? Is there any parts we need to like go over? And I'll still, even if no one says anything, I'll just do it anyway before I move on. So it's like I'm a very like, oh, is this any questions before we move on to the next part? I'm like, okay, sweet, let's go from the top and then carry on.
That's
you know?
that's a great way.
And
to
so but that's just because sometimes students are too shy to really be like, oh, I'm struggling, because they're gonna feel like they're inadequate compared to other students. So yeah, it's hard. And then it goes back to the whole creating a safe environment, safe space to be able to do so. But then it's even like for example, going to something like Bindi's class or something, right? Like she's created an amazing space where it's safe for everyone to kind of just like come in and do their thing, but you still don't really get many questions from the students. And I think that's just how people are. They're just like, they don't want to overstep, maybe. And that's my opinion though. But yeah.
I also feel like as well, it's like when you're learning from someone new, or like they're doing something different with your body that you don't normally do. It's like you don't really understand what you don't understand. And if there's anyone out there that's like still beginning, even if it's like a small thing that you don't get, just bring it up. Like it can be something like so minuscule, but like these small things that you don't understand, like they'll help you fill in the blanks. And then like little by little you're just filling in like a picture, right? And then once you get like a whole picture going, then you're good.
Ooh, Andy with the imagery, bro. That was tight.
You know, he told me that. Who? It was Jesse Elliott.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, because he told me as well. He said that as a choreographer, all he's trying to do is just color in the photo to what song he's doing. So if the song has like if he feels like the song has a lot of body here, he'll like fill in like a I don't know, like a generous color or something. Like he explained it like that. I was like, oh shit.
Wow, that's hella artistic. That's
and then
dope.
As well, like with students, you're trying to figure out what's missing in them, and you're trying to fill in that blank for them, so that they can kind of make the connection themselves. And then I was like, oh fuck,
definitely
buzzy.
That is so buzzy. That's cool. Shout out Jesse, man. Not bad.
What video piece are you most proud of? Oh, actually, is it? That's cool, right?
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Sweet. Should we just leave it at that?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Sweet.
Not really much. I mean, talk about cool a lot.
Because like these questions, they kind of were answered before, but I didn't realize that they were.
Nah, that's all good. You can still brush past them.
Alright, sweet as. What is your preferred dance space? Do you prefer being in a room jamming, on the dance floor in a battle, or on stage the most? And what have you gained from each environment?
Oh, wow. Okay, where do I prefer? It really just depends on mood, I think. For me, like I said, I've known for a long time I want to be in entertainment. So I love performing on stage. But again, like I said before, when I first started dancing, it was more just like to be cool and, pick up chicks and stuff. And so as I grew the love for the movement, to me, it became an actual expression of emotion, which you can see through the videos I've made, and it's all just expression. And so I love dancing like in this small space or in my room. And that's a lot of those times I just dance for the sake of dancing. It's not even just like, I don't even make things, or it's not even like, it is freestyle, but like sometimes it's not even freestyle. It's just kind of like me grooving and vibing out. And because like to me, dance, like in the origin of it, dance is like, it's party dance. You dance with other people. Sometimes you dance by yourself, but I have that feeling of like that I'm with other people because I'm just kind of like real internal and all that. But yeah, I think based on my mood, I'd say either performing on stage or just in my room alone and jamming out. What have I gained from these? Stage, I've gained confidence, finding my stage presence. It's I've come a long way from that. Like in high school, we used to do like these lip syncing competitions. It was like a house fundraiser, so each house had their own different event, and this one house had a lip syncing comp, and me and my mates would always enter every year. And you'll notice like from the beginning of the years, like I perform and be cool, but you'll notice I'm very like this, like head down, and I'm just kind of like, I don't like to look up because I'm quite shy. And so the more and more I performed on stage, the more I got used to like lifting my head up and having that like posture upwards and having that confidence like exude from my body. And so I think I gained confidence through performing. Through like jamming in my room, I think I guess I got more in tune with my sensitive side and more like my emotion, because like it doesn't have to be something sad or something angry or whatever, but like it could be something happy. But like doing so, jamming in my room and by myself, it helps me understand those feelings that I'm feeling, and it helps me like get a better grasp on them, because it's like, you know, sometimes you're like happy, but you know when you're happy, you want to move and you want to like, you know, just fucking throw your hands in the air and just be happy and whatnot. But like sometimes like I'm not in a position where I can, so I like dance it out through some sort of happy music, and then that allows me to be like, yeah, I'm like I'm happy, yo, you know. And then it's like, yeah, for me it's just it's good expression. Yeah, I say that a lot now, but yeah, it's to me it's just expression. Yeah.
And have you gained anything from your battle aspects? Because I know you've done a few, I think. Or maybe was it just one? I can't remember.
I did Battle Zone.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one I've done like in a
proper setting.
Like a proper setting. Yeah. I've done like I've done a lot of breakdancing battles in the day, but like not like official ones either. Like just with my mates or like with other breakers that I met in the. Were you ever part of that Auckland, that B-boy Facebook group? They had that like those meetups at Arte Square.
Nah.
Buzzy, I met some buzzy people up there. But I battled some of them. We just do ciphers and stuff. And I think as a breaker, you have that natural kind of battle mentality. Yeah. So, and there's that stee, even when you top rock, where you have that kind of stee, that confident, like I'm about to fucking school you kind of stees to it. But yeah, what have I gained from battles? Wait, sorry, was that the question? What do I gain from battles? But battles is another round for me, eh? It's kind of scary. Like even when we did Battle Zone, man, like I was hyped in terms of like my performance aspect, because I've been doing it for a long time. I'm like used to like showing face in terms of like getting ready to battle and perform. But actually doing the battle itself was like, wow. I think that's the first time I ever felt like I was dancing seriously, but with a full mind blank. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing. It was just white noise in my head, and I was just like, I'm just in it. And I think battling helped me, specifically that battle. It helped me like get in tune with the focusing side of me. Like I was able to just hone in on what was important in the moment. Yeah. And I think that's what battles did for me. So I'm really keen to do more battles. I was kind of gutted in myself that I didn't enter Loose Change. Like I had my own excuses. I was like, we just had dinner, you know, I'm fucking bloated, all that shit. But like the truth was I was keen, but I wasn't really prepared at all, like zero prep. I even actually forgot about it until the week before, when we decided to cancel our class so that we could come support. And so it just didn't really occur to me until we got there, and then I saw everyone jamming, bro. The whole time I was itching to dance, man. I was just like, fuck, I'm keen to get in there and battle, you know. And so like damn, another tangent. I don't know where I went with that one. But yeah, I would have just been keen to just focus on something, and I think battles really pulled that out of me. Yeah.
Tight. Alright, how's dance changed your life, bro?
How's dance changed my life? I think I'll bring it back to the whole expression thing. Super important. Like there were times where like I didn't have anyone to vent to when I was like sad or angry about things in life. And so I just move it out, just dance it out. Also, it has given me a chance to build a career in dance. Like I never would have imagined being able to sustain a lifestyle. It's not like I'm not like rich or anything, but like I'm able to get by like the same with someone that does a 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? And it's like super grateful for that, to have been given that opportunity. And like now I just want to kind of give back to dance, which is why I do a lot of things. Like I've done a few like things for free, because it's not always about the money. I did this thing with Valor Projects, that's with Kirsten and Kat, and it's like to do with men's mental health, and we did like a video based on that. What else have I done? and I can't really think of it at the top of my head right now. But yeah. Oh, I mean, even this is like sharing a love for dance. The podcast, hopefully inspiring someone else to kind of pursue it. I think dance is just, it's super important. It's very neglected here in New Zealand. Mainly, I'd say mainly hip hop and stuff. Like contemporary arts is like booming in New Zealand. It's great. But yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
I don't know, just how dance has changed.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that's really changed for me in dance, that dance has changed in my life, is the ability to express and to create some sort of career pathway. Yeah. What about you, man? How's dance treating you? Like, where are you at in your journey? I've seen you've been jamming a lot with project and stuff.
At the moment now, I feel like I'm pretty good at. I feel like I'm like the best I've ever been.
Dope.
I've been getting into more battles, which has been like fun.
Yeah,
because,
man.
I think
loose change, killing it.
the first few battles I got into, I was like super nervous, and like On Beat was the first battle I entered in seriously in a long time, and I remember like on the day I was super nervous, but then when the music turned on, I switched on like crazy, and I was doing things like. Because I was conditioning myself for On Beat where I could do all my tricks, and then I busted out all my tricks in the first 2 rounds. And then I just remember at that point, like, I was just happy, bro. Like, cause in battles is like where you really test. It's where you really test yourself as a dancer, because it's just you and the music, and there's no one else to support you. It's just you.
Yeah,
and
you
like
gotta hold
if you
your own.
don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's cool. It's a mean test, and I think with loose change, like I can see that I'm still in my shell a bit, but I'm like slowly coming out of it. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm like happy, you know.
Dope.
Like I'm not
That's
like
good,
I'm not fully content with like my performance at loose change, but I'm like, yo, I got better, so I can be happy with that. But I'm gonna keep going on. So yeah, and it's like discovering new things every day, like new tricks and new like. Yeah, it's just dope,
It's
bro.
fun, eh? It's fun. That's what I missed. Like, I feel like I've lost a bit of that too. Like, when I was younger, like trying new things. Like when you first do a flare, or when you first like try this thread trick or something, you're like, whoa, like this is sick. And like nowadays, it's like it's the same. You still get that feeling, but I feel like for me anyway, personally, there's less time to explore that. Sometimes, like because dances become so much of a work thing, that it's hard to separate the two.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I love my work, and so therefore it doesn't really matter. But my mind is now less focused on just purely creative, and now it's like creative for something, you know. And so that kind of steers the creative process a bit.
Bro, honestly, I don't like. I know you guys have classes on Wednesday, but if you ever just want to come out, G, like come out to our jams, because I didn't realize how much they helped me until like I actually, because when you have all these other people around you, they can give you advice, and like it's actually useful, because I know sometimes when like I'm jamming with Mike, Mike's just sometimes he'll be on the ground and I'll give him advice on how to do things like better, or then sometimes like John will give me advice on how to do things better, and then it's just like it's like constant exchange, even though we're freestyling around each other, and we just keep on asking each other for how to get better, and then like it's buzzy because each person has a different way of how they view dance.
Yeah, definitely.
And we can all add like little parts into each other's growth, which is really dope. So if you're ever free, you know,
man, I'm down.
I
Like,
think
what's
it does
the
help.
structure like, if you don't mind me asking? Like, is it quite different every time, or do you have this kind of like?
So we get together. We maybe play a game at first.
Cool.
If there's like a bunch of new people, then we'll play a game just so people can like relax and just have like a little icebreaker.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we'll separate into groups where we freestyle and we have challenges in the freestyle. So maybe you'd have to like you'd have to do concepts, or you'd have to move only using one body part or stuff like that. And then we just switch around, rotate around the groups, and it's like that. Then we have a huge cipher at the end, and then after the cipher is more like a confidence / like jam, where people they have time to just like practice going into a big cipher, practice
Right.
Getting used to things. And then after that is when we break off into doing our own things. So you can either like, one, you can just jam by yourself. Two, you can just work with someone and just Because sometimes, for instance, like yesterday, I had up John and I was just jamming with him, like b-boying and stuff. And then otherwise you could like hit up like one of the crumpers, you can crump with them, and then yeah, you just do whatever you want.
Man,
you know? So it's pretty free.
Yeah, man, I'll be down sometime. Yeah, definitely. I should definitely bring it up with the ID guys, and like, cause the whole loose change thing was a dope idea too. Like to just kind of like support something else. Might have just been a one-off though, but we'll talk about it. But I'll be keen. Yeah, man. Like even if it's just me personally, I especially with freestyle, like. Yeah, I've definitely been insecure about it for a long time. Like that's why to me, it's a form of dance, and freestyle is a form of expression. I like to do it in my room, you know what I mean, and like without people watching, because it feels safe. But you also need to find that play. If you love it so much, you need to find and not care about what anyone else thinks. And you need to find that space where you can just kind of express. And yeah, so that does sound really dope. I'd love to sometime, man.
It's helpful too, because when you're surrounded by other people, bro, like. The little things you see around the room, like they'll influence you so hard. Because like everybody's like grinding and they're just trying new things by themselves. And it sparks like a new creativity inside you, because you're not like learning a choreo, but you're just like someone's trying a hat trick, someone's trying a thread, someone's trying something different. Yeah. And then it's just so many different things to just think about. Like it sparks up different thought pathways. Which is what I found out, and yeah, that's why I find it useful. But up to you, bro.
Dope, man. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, what stops you from being the best dancer you could be?
Bro, just caring what other people think. Straight up. Like, I struggle with it too, obviously, as an artist. Like I was saying before, artists, we're all very hypersensitive. So like, we very, especially in the generation of like social media and stuff, you know, like the amount of likes or the amount of views you get or comments is like that short burst of gratification that you can get. And so sometimes if that's what you're looking for and you post something like dance related and it's not as like received well as you thought it would be, then it'll hurt you in a sense where you think you're not as good as you think you are. Yeah. But that's only your thought. You know, that's very subjective. Like let's say for example, I teach a class. Yeah. And then I'm like, the choreo was kind of average. I didn't really like it too much. But someone else might be like, bro, that was tight. You should shoot a video or something. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, maybe not. Like, I don't think it was that good. So it's like, at the end of the day, everyone has their own opinion. And the best way to progress as a dancer or as any artist really is to just not care about what anyone thinks. Like, it's okay to, but you need to be at a comfortable place with yourself before you start doing that. Otherwise, it's just going to hinder yourself from doing things. Like, that's why the whole, like, the thing I was talking about was spontaneity, and, like, if I have an idea, I'll just do it. It's like, I'm my own worst enemy in terms of I'm going to overthink it and then start throwing in the negatives, throwing in the what ifs, the what is this person going to think? What am I going to think about it, like, in 10 years' time, et cetera, you know? Like, when you shouldn't. You should just do it. And that's why I like doing stuff spontaneously, because it's like I can push away every external factor and just focus on the matter at hand. So yeah, I think that's like the biggest advice I could give with anything to progress as a dancer. Just don't like care about what other people might think. Nice. And just do you.
Nice. And last few questions. We've got 3 questions.
Yo.
What would you like to accomplish as a dancer?
I kind of spoke about it a little bit before, but I would love to choreograph like a show for an artist. So like my friend.
Succeed Leo.
Yeah. So he's also a music artist. He's the one that actually got me into it as well. So like one day I would love to just like put together a show and we could like tour it around and stuff like that. And just being in the position of more than just a dancer, to have like to be able to give something to the bigger picture is great. Like even like now, to be able to put forward a piece for a comp, you know, with ID, or put forward a piece for the show, that's super rewarding in a different sense. Like being a dancer and performing is great and all, but also being able to give something that people like look up to you for is also great. And so that's why I would love to just put together like just me though, you know, because even with ID, they're just giving me this platform to try out, like putting my artistry out. But it's different from being the director of the show, the one that creates, and you know, like yeah, I just would love to put myself in that position because I feel like it would be a lot of stress, but it'd be a lot of good stress. And it's like, yeah, I think I'm a pretty hard worker, and like when I really buckle down and do stuff, I like see it through to the very end, and like I just love to put myself through that process. Yeah, and like I said before, I love music, so it's just kind of like two and two together.
Oh, that actually solid.
Yeah. And plus, I got all the dancers, like all the great dancers in the world I know are here. You know, if we ever did a show, I'd be like, yo, you, bang, let's do it.
I reckon people would be like excited to jump on more too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd love to. Just got to see how it goes. Future is unknown. Got to shape the future yourselves.
Yeah, man. Take it a day at a time.
Yeah, man.
All right, last 2 questions left, bro. We have our viewer question sent in.
Yo.
Dear What's the Dillies podcast, I'm currently an older dancer looking to get into dance classes. I dance by myself and have gone to a few classes here and there, but I'm nervous to go because I don't have the body of a dancer and am on the older side. Do you have any tips on getting over the fear of judgment or building confidence so that I can feel more at ease when going to the class?
Okay.
Ooh, this one is a good one.
Yeah, I think I can go on a long tangent with this one. Like first of all, a lot of what I said before about the whole like not caring what anyone else thinks, that plays a big part because already when I heard from the question, it was talking about judgment and talking about the fear of and all that. That's you creating that image in your head though. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably no one judging you. You know, like in a class, everyone's probably too focused on themselves anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So go into it with that mentality. To just focus on yourself if that's what you want. Like at the end of the day, if you really love it and you want to try it out, then you should just put yourself out there and try it out anyway, right? And I guess first you want to look at what you're trying to achieve from this, like age, body size, or all that kind of stuff. It doesn't really matter at all. Based on what you're trying to achieve. Like, if you want to be a commercial dancer and get work and all that, then of course you got to look the part and all that stuff. And then at the end of the day, that's up to you to achieve. You got to go to the gym, you got to work out and all that stuff. But if you just want to like dance in an environment, like in an open class environment, then fuck that. Who cares if you're older or if you've got like a body that's not a dancer's body, whatever a dancer's body is. It doesn't matter. You should just go in there to learn and exchange with people, with like-minded people, and that'll kind of help your confidence, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to go into a class and you're not going to be the only beginner, you know what I mean? And so you can talk to them, and like you're very good at it. You ask for advice. You go up to the car, and that takes balls itself. You got to have the confidence to go up to someone you don't know that just taught you and be like, hey, I don't know if you noticed me or anything, but do you have any advice and stuff like that? But by doing so, by putting yourself out there, the choreographer or the teacher will now know that you exist. And I think depending on the person, they'll start to, like notice you more if you keep coming. And like for me, like no one knew who the fuck I was when I first started dancing, like everyone always like, yeah, you're so great, you're ID code, blah blah blah. But like the truth is, the only reason I got there is because I put myself out there and just took ID classes every week. And then it got to a point where I started getting used to picking up choreo faster and faster and faster. And then I auditioned for ID. I got to know the boys more, and then I like put myself out there to them and be like, hey, I'd love to be a part of the choreographic team, see how it goes. And then slowly but surely I get to where I am. I didn't start straight away with the adult company. I start with like the juniors and then work my way up. And even now, like I could still go further with it, but it is where it is now. It's good. But back to the advice. Sorry, could you reread the question again?
So
older
dancer looking to get into dance classes. Dance by myself, but I've been going to a few classes. Nervous to go because doesn't have the body of the dancer and is a bit older. Tips on getting over fear of judgment and building confidence so they can go to more classes. Right.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I feel like the insecurities stem beyond the movement and dance and more just on your own self, because you're talking about your body and your age, and that's insecurities based on yourself. And so I think, like, I don't know, like it's hard because you're talking about 2 different things now, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to relate these insecurities to dance, and that's what's hindering you from doing it. But the way I hear it, the way I see it, it sounds like it's a completely different thing, and you should focus on working on that before you get into dance. Unless like,
well, maybe dance is the kind of fitness thing for.
And again, exactly. Dance is very like you sweat a lot, man. Especially when you're not good and you're always switched on and thinking. When you're thinking more, you sweat more. Like when I teach, man, I sweat more than when I train because I'm just always thinking. And so, if you want to work on your body, that's one thing you can do. Take more classes. If you're insecure about the movement, you're only going to get better as you go and go more and more classes. This is where that advice you got can apply. Is go to more classes and do more classes. But I think the most important thing is it sounds like you have other insecurities that are kind of stopping you from doing so. If it will help, maybe work on those first. Obviously, age can't really help that, but like with the whole body thing, you can definitely like work out, or I don't know what kind of body type you're talking about. Are you talking about like oversized or undersized? There's things that you just got to work with your body type. But if you're just more on the fear of movement, you're just gonna have to get better. By getting better, it is like by doing more movement, dancing more, going to classes, going to different classes, I should say, like putting yourself in different communities, because this person said they've been to some classes, right? So that means you've went to these classes and somehow you're getting the sense of insecurity from that community, and you might not get the same kind of feeling from another community. You know what I mean? Like imagine going from an ID class and then going straight to a Bendy's class. Like ID, let's say Josh was teaching, he's gonna be like drill, drill, and it's like so serious. It's like whoa. It's like you want to get like really into it, and then you go to something like Bendy's class, and she's just like, yeah, all good, woo, fun times, blah, blah. It's a completely different environment, and so you need to explore those different environments in order for you to kind of conquer that fear, and just find your niche, man. Find what works for you, because everyone's different. Everyone has their own kind of like insecurities and stuff, I guess. But I think that's about all I have to say for that. Good luck to you, brother or sister.
And plus too, there's like don't like everybody's bodies are different, so just make use of your body. If you're a bit on the bigger side, you have more power.
Yo, facts,
if you're
man.
On the smaller side, you're a bit lighter. You could do like you could reach lower. You could go high. I don't know. Just
explore. Explore yourself. And if you're unhappy with where you're at, changes can be made. Like the human body is capable of crazy things. Like I used to be hella skinny, and then I just worked out for years and years and years, and like I gained a little bit of muscle mass, like shaped a bit more. So like. And that was just for me though, that was my insecurity.
Alvin's being humble.
Alvin's
being humble. Alvin's being humble again.
But that's just facts though, like I have insecurities too. I'm human, my insecurity was like, fuck, I'm skinny, I'm never gonna like, pick up chicks. So I was like, yo, I need to fucking work out, and so I worked out, like I didn't want to feel insecure anymore, and so that's why I did it. And then even with working out, this is me talking about dance as well. You know how I started dance to pick up chicks, and then I started to love it. Same with working out. I actually love working out. It's actually a lot of fun, being healthy and stuff. And I actually enjoy the muscle ache afterwards because it feels like I worked hard. And like it's that sense of reward. Same with cooking. You know what I mean? Like I prefer eating a meal that I cooked rather than eating a meal that I bought, because it's like I did this. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, fucking give yourself a slap in the back, bro. Just take matters into your own hand. At the end of the day,
ownership.
Take ownership for sure. Like only you can change your life. Like other people can give you advice. They can help you as much as they can, but at the end of the day, it's all up to you. And that's the important thing. And if you're not confident to do it by yourself, then maybe you need to see someone that can help you boost your confidence.
And also something as well that I wanted to elaborate on Alvin's point. Alvin's very first point was to not care about what people think. I think that is good, but also at the same time, I know that some of you guys, your personalities naturally, like you guys care a lot, and it's hard for you guys to turn that off.
Definitely.
Because I know for me, it's like hard for me to turn off caring what other people think.
Mm.
So I think another way to rephrase what Alvin said, because what Alvin said is also like very good, was care more about what you think than what others think.
Yo, actually, that's good.
And then
That's a lot better.
and then that will match more with your personality and who you are, and then that will,
People will resonate with that.
Yeah.
Because like you don't want to be someone you're not.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be you. Don't try to cater to other people.
Yeah.
You should just always cater to yourself.
Mm.
Definitely. Dope. Oh, that was insightful. That's
And it was one of the first questions that like I kind of like, this when you start getting serious about dance and you start having when you start getting serious, all these questions start coming up more, right? Because when you're just taking it for fun, you're not thinking that hard about it.
No, you think it all.
Yeah, but okay, so final question to end it off.
Oh, let's go.
What is one piece of advice you would give yourself 5 years ago, and one piece you would say to Alvin right now?
5 years ago. What year was that? That's
19?
2015.
19, Alvin at 19. Shit.
Damn, I was 19 5 years ago. Damn. I know 19-year-olds. That's why it's like, what the hell? Okay. Shit. And advice. What was I doing when I was 19? I think the advice I would have given myself at that age would to be not to give up. Because at that point in my life, I had a lot of like life circumstances going on and shit. For example, the big gaps in videos and all that. It's because I had a lot of things going on and I dropped a lot of things. Even dance, I dropped dance passionately. Like it became work for me because in that time I was just teaching at a studio, and then I didn't even like when I go home I wouldn't like jam by myself or whatever. I just lose interest. I just gave up on things because life was hard. And I think because now that I've been through that shit, I'm able to kind of like I feel like I've matured from those circumstances, and I can be like, yo, life is hard, but there's always this light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep pushing for it. And it took me a long time to realize that during that process, that part of my life. And so if I were to give myself an advice back then, I'd just be like, bro, just don't give up, because later you're gonna regret it and think about it as wasted time instead of like time you could have just kept going, because at the end of the day it worked out, right? Like here I am, it worked out, but I also have this gap in those 5 years or so that I didn't do anything. Not the whole 5 years, but there was some gaps where I didn't do anything, and it was just depressing. And so just don't give up. And that applies to now too. But if I were to give an advice now though, to me now,
Alvin 5 years from now is gonna hear this, and what do you want? What do you want to say?
Well, first of all, actually, don't give up, because I still do here and there. But I think an advice I should give myself now is to just keep pushing things out, because this goes back to the whole not caring what anyone else thinks, because I give that advice, but I also do care about what other people think sometimes, hence why I didn't enter Loose Change, you know what I mean? But and I still haven't even uploaded. I'll twist the video, bro, but I am gonna drop that. But I think it's just I get too hypersensitive sometimes, so I think the advice I'd give me is not just keep pushing, but stay out of my own head as much as possible, because when you start to do it, you should do something else, because distract myself with something else, because otherwise I'll end up spending hours just thinking about one thing when I could have just been doing other things. So that's the advice I give myself now, is to keep pushing forward, always just keep pushing content out, and just if I get stuck on one thing, move on to something else and come back to it.
Solid. Yeah. All right, Alvin. What's next for you? Let's end it off. What's next for you? Plug yourself. Plug any events you have coming up.
Hells yeah. At Elvin Wong Z Instagram. Yo.
But ladies, he's taken.
Taken. Sorry, guys. I mean, girls. I mean, what? Nah. We have our ID show, Battle of the Senses, coming up August 15th. It is also the same time as the project show. I think you guys have one on the 14th too, right? Or is it 16th? It's one or the other.
I'm still trying to figure out.
Wow! I even asked Mikey the same question, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not really sure." And I'm like, "Fuck you guys." Eh? Well, either way, they have one on the 15th too, but they also have one on the 14th, I think. So if you can make both, make both. Support the cause. What else is coming? We also have another show coming up in October. More information later. Myself, I'm gonna be dropping a new video soon featuring the bro Andy, and some Filipino guy. I forgot his name. Nah, sorry, Will. What else is going on? Hopefully, drop some new music soon. And also just lazy plug for the bro 16 Leo. He's one of my close friends. He's doing YouTube. Check him out on YouTube. And also Spotify. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now.
Alright. That concludes us. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Peace.